Okay, let's get right into it. The only important things to note here are that I am being a hunter and I took the master key. Because I am going to be avoiding Blighttown, the depths, and also lower Undead Burg until way later in the run. So the purpose of this run is essentially just to show you when I boot up Dark Souls and decide I want to run through the game, the routes that I take, and how I just go through in a relatively more efficient way than a normal playthrough would go. So I'm going to remove my starter equipment. You can honestly just stand and remove it. It's not a big deal. You don't have to do it while moving. I just do it because I can, I guess. Also here I am going to be dropping, pardon me, I'm going to be dropping my crappy little sword hilt. So, just to cover a few bases, this isn't a speedrun. I'm not using, routes for all bosses speedruns. I'm not doing anything ridiculous or crazy. Also make sure to get your shield and also your sword. But yeah, I'm not doing any skips. I guess you could say I do maybe 2 skips in the whole run, but they aren't difficult in any way, shape, or form. You literally only need to be able to press jump, pretty much. We're not doing Duke skip, we're not doing any of these things where you're going out of bounds, so don't worry. But yeah, this is just your basic stuff, run up the stairs, avoid the boulder. You can talk to him if you want. I kill because it's faster by a little bit, just to get your Estus. There's the only NPC that you need to kill in this whole run is there's only one, and he's in Anor Londo, just because it's way faster to just shoot him with arrows. That's the other reason that I chose Hunter for start, is you start with a bow. It is possible to get a bow later on in the run, and I'm going to show you where it is if you really need it anyway, though it'll be later. And so, first boss, I do jumping attack, and then if you do jumping attack and then while in the air do a regular attack, you are able to hit him twice. But because I'm bad, I didn't get that, and instead I just got the regular old jumping attack, which is fine. There's no problem with it whatsoever, And yeah, just take your time, kill Asylum Demon, and we'll continue on our way. I will say, just as a point, that I'm not a perfect Dark Souls player. I will die, I will get hit a bunch, and it probably will be done in a stupid manner. So just to make sure that everyone's aware that this isn't going to be, the perfect no-death run. And I also am, as you've already noticed, I am going to be skipping all the cutscenes and all that stuff. I mean, if you want to watch full cutscenes, then I'm sure you can go find them. So anyway, I'm not using any of my souls yet. Not because I really don't need to or want to, but I also am saving up for the merchant. I always grab those humanity on the well because they are full heals and they are going to be helpful. So, first thing here, you need to learn how to jump. Can you jump across a bridge? Let's hope so. This is one of the really only big items that you really need to bother getting, which is the Ring of Sacrifice. There's another one you can get, you can get them in other places, but I find it easier to get it here. And always, and I'm trapped, and I jumped off the edge. Good start me. Okay, perfect. For you personally, and what I should have done there, clearly, is you definitely should have just cleared up some of those enemies. Honestly, half the time I tried to do that, I end up getting trapped by them in some way, shape, or form. And it's my own fault. And, hard to hit enemies. Enemies are too good for me. Remember, every time I do something dumb, you have to remember, I'm not a perfect Dark Souls player. Okay. If I were to say one thing that you actually need to be able to do in order to, be good at this game / this run, if you want to try to emulate it in any way, shape, or form, just because, again, this is for me just a casual run through. You just need to have good character control, and when I'm saying that is just practice. Just try running through an area. It doesn't matter if you die or get hit or what have you. Just become comfortable running around with the character. And yeah, there's no trouble here if you want to ever, shield up just for extra safety. I do it a lot myself. Now here you'll see me stop a bit. Yep, there I go. Look at me stopping. You don't really have to, but I've had instances, and I don't know why, on PC, where if I run too far forward too quickly, the dragon landing there will instantly kill me. I don't know why. It's very awkward, but I just do it for safety now. So pretty much you're just buying the basement key, and I'm also buying myself a heater shield. Just because I like having that extra defense. So I'll just swap them out. Okay, so this is pretty much the only part of the run where it's going to be somewhat speedrun stratty. But though quickly, if you do want to go left and hit the bonfire there, you're more than welcome to do that. There's no harm in doing it. We're not doing anything in such a way where taking a bonfire here or there is really going to hurt us in any way. I just am used to not taking it. But yeah, this is pretty much if you've seen a speed run involving, you know, anything. This is the only thing that's going to be kind of like it, which means that it's kind of dependent upon these 3 resin that I'm getting right here. But it's not a big deal. If you don't get them, again, it's not a big deal. So essentially what I'm doing here is I'm actually killing these guys because what I want to do is I want to kill the Black Knight that's down below. For the purpose of this run that I always do, I want a Black Knight weapon. It's pretty common, as in okay, I'm almost dead, good job me, run away. I've pretty much always had in all the runs that I've done, I've never once had an instance where I don't end up with a Black Knight weapon, so I guess you have to be really unlucky if that's going to happen to you. And if it does happen to you, I'm really sorry, but I'm sure there are other weapons that you can get. The reason I want to get a Black Knight weapon is just because A, they're really powerful, B, you can upgrade them without having to get any embers. That's really the main reason. So, without doing any work trying to find all the random embers, you know, the ember at the divine ember that's at the top of, you know, Moonlight Butterfly Tower, or the large ember or whatever that's in the depths, I can just avoid all that hassle and not have to deal with it. So this is the only other skill you'll really need to do any of this, aside from good character movement, and that's being able to parry Black Knights, and also Gwyn. If you have trouble with it, again, just practice. They're slow. Like, if you're watching this, they're pretty slow. They only have 2 main attacks when you're right in front of them, as long as you aren't shielded up. And that's a fast sword and a slow sword. So if you can just watch for which one it is, then you're pretty much safe. If you are super... okay, good. I thought he had less health. Yeah, see, if you shield up, then you'll deal with shield bash, which is a bad idea. But, oh, crap. I already forgot what I was going to say, because I'm good like that. Oh, nope, lost it. Lost it. Okay, so regular trap here. Barrels. Hooray, good for them. And now we're just going to go back to running around, and we're going to face the hardest boss in the game, Taurus Demon. I know that's a meme, and, you know, haha, Taurus Demon's super hard. But I'm not going to lie, I have a lot of trouble with Taurus Demon. I'm just really bad at him. And that's my life. So we are going to kill as many of these as possible. When I say these, I mean, of course, the Crystal Lizards. Because they're what's going to give us our Twinkling Titanite, which is what we need for the upgrades. So if we can get it as, I don't know, 10, I think, over the course of the run, less, just to be able to max out our weapon, it'll be great. So I am using the resin here just because it'll be faster for Taurus Demon. If you want, you can always kill behind us. If you climb up the ladder, you can kill the crossbow guys. Not a big deal. And oh good, it starts. Oh god. Please be nice to me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this. But yeah, you can always kill the crossbow guys. If you don't want to deal with them, that's perfectly valid and fine. And oh god. Please, no. I'm sorry. Remember, we have to remember what I said. I'm really bad at Taurus Demon. Hardest boss in game. For me, at least. Yeah, and just tank through it because I knew I was going to get hit. Perfect. Good job, me. Oh, God. Oh, God, I'm sorry. Oh, hey, look. I dodged one for once. I'm the best. Oh, yeah, look at those pro dodges. Nice. I even got a stagger. I think it's 3 hits for a stagger. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember. Okay, we did it. I mean, that was totally easy. Never had any problems. Always had it, never didn't have it. I'm the best. But yeah, these resin are just going to be the pretty much, you know, the start of the run is going to be the hardest part of the run for you. Especially the way I play, because I take most of the difficulty, I stack it at the beginning, so that way the later part of it is going to be pretty easy. Always remember here that the dragon is going to come up from behind you, so we're going to veer off, there we go, and hide behind fire. If you're full health and you do get hit by the fire, it's happened to me, you won't die, you then just spam roll down the stairs. I kick this just for safety purposes. I'm still not going to get the bonfire, but again, if you took the bonfire, no harm, no foul. So here is what's going to happen is, this is speedrun strat, I guess, if you want to say. We're going to wait, because it does take a little while for him to actually, before he jumps down. Now we're going to put on the pine resin, and then what's going to happen is, he's going to land, and we're going to kind of run at him, and we're going to run at his foot. And he's going to he's going to like stretch his neck forward and shoot fire at us. And he didn't do it. Oh, okay. Oh. So what's supposed to happen there is he's supposed to breathe fire. And by doing that, we run forward to where his tail is, and we hit it 3 times, and we get the Drake Sword. Now, if you are worried about that, you can also, you know, farm souls, go by and, well, we already have an arrow, or a bow. You can get more arrows, and then you can shoot his tail from afar by, like, I don't know, like 100, no, okay, it's not 100 times, but like 60 arrows, and then shoot it to break it, because ideally at this point you then switch to Drake Sword. Well, not exactly at this point because we don't have the stats for it, but you want to switch to the Drake Sword. So we're not getting Drake Sword in this run because I'm bad and I screwed it up, which just made this run a whole lot harder for me. But again, the thing is that it doesn't matter. Like, we have our goal and what we need to do, which is why I'm fighting this Black Knight up here. So what we really want to end up with is one Black Knight weapon. I'm not really picky about which one, though I will say that the Black Knight Greatsword is my least favorite of them all. But we also want a Black Knight shield if we can get it, because it has the highest fire defense, which is something we really want for when we face Gwyn. So we'll see if we can get them. But the important one is to make sure that we do get a Black Knight weapon. And yeah, I am doing the backstab cheese on them. I mean, if you don't like backstab cheese, that's fine. But I can't parry Black Knight Greatsword. I mean, I'm sure you can, because you're better than me. But I've never bothered to learn it. I just backstab cheese them. I don't like fighting them. I don't like being on top of this little tower while scared and alone. Naked and afraid. Yeah, so we're just going to finish them off. There we go. And bam. Got a Black Knight weapon. Not the best one that I could have gotten, but it is one, and that's pretty much meant that I'm locked in for the rest of the game with that. But that's okay. Okay, so here we're gonna run up the stairs to the right. Just avoid everything. Run up the stairs to the right as fast as you can, and we're gonna jump off the bridge to make sure that we get into this building, or sorry, past this archway before they close the gate on us. Now we don't have to worry. We did get the basement key. That's only because we're doing Capra Demon. And now when we're avoiding all these knights here, always run on their shield side, because if you run on the shield side, you can avoid them pretty easily. Now in a regular, speed run, they'll run and hit this platform and then leave, but we're not doing a speed run, as I've said. And also I'm out of Estus. So we're going to go down, and we're going to go back down, and we're going to hit the bonfire here. And that'll reset us with 10 Estus. It'll pretty much get us into a good position. But yeah, I will be doing Capra and Gaping Dragon, because as I said, I am going to be doing all bosses. The only thing to note is that when I call it doing it all bosses, but generally when I'm doing my own runs nowadays, I skip Capra and Gaping Dragon because they don't give any boss souls. It's literally just, regular souls and then humanity and a homeward bone. So just the hassle of going to deal with them isn't really worth it to me anymore. I just like getting the boss souls themselves. But maybe you're not like me, which is why I'm gonna do them all. Also, yeah, checking the stats on the Black Knight Greatsword, and I'm really far away from it. Okay. So we're gonna reload or re-go back up here. And we're going to go ahead for the first bell, because obviously, okay, and for some reason when I sat at the bonfire, it didn't reset this guy. Okay, but that's actually fine, because it means that we can run up here and we're going to grab this Firekeeper soul. Now, I don't really grab any Firekeeper souls in my runs. I mean, eventually you will. I'm sure you guys will if you really want them, if you want to continue on to more new game pluses. But for the purpose of this run, we're pretty much going to be stuck at Estus plus 1. Which again isn't a problem at all, and getting hit there because I didn't put shield up in time, but that's fine because you have to wait a tad there anyway just to make sure that the hollow comes through that archway so you don't get stuck there because you can't push past them. So normally just shield up and then go, but in this case I got hit, which is fine because the channeler hadn't buffed them yet to make it so I could pretty much get one shot. And we're just gonna go up against this guy. Perfect. Yeah, so now we're going to equip our last resin at this point. If we'd gone to the... if everything had gone ideally, I would have swapped to the Drake Sword, but it didn't. And I'm getting hit by his tail. Good. Good fun times. Run for your life. Cut you with a knife. Hey, look at that. We even broke his tail. Okay, and the second one showed up. And I'm on fire. This girl is on fire. That's as much of that song as I know. And I'm jumping into fire because I'm bad. Okay, let's try this again. Stay calm and run for your life. Okay, run around. Yeah. So they should stagger after 3 with the gold pine resin. And there we go, got rid of 1, which will make this all a lot easier. And then I got hit. Okay, good. But I avoided the second one, and he's dead. Easy. First bell done. Things haven't been ideal, but, you know, we take what we can get. Climb the huge giant staircase. I say staircase, but it's a ladder. Good job, me. And we're just going to ring the first bell. So immediately after this, essentially what's going to end up happening is we're going to head for the Asylum. I think. Right? Yeah, we're going to head for the Asylum. It's not the best, but again, at this point, I mean, it's not a huge issue. You could either go ring the second bell and then go do Asylum. I'm pretty much just going to do Asylum now because I need the souls. I need quick souls to make sure that I can equip my Black Knight weapon. Because now, as we've already decided, that's going to be my weapon for the whole game. And I pretty much just need to make sure I have a bunch of souls for that. And running. And, oh good, the way is shut. It was made by those who are dead, and the dead keep it. The way is shut. So we're not going to do that, we're just going to Homeward Bone. Because obviously we're going to Homeward Bone, because it'll be a lot faster and make everything a lot easier. Okay, so that'll bring us back to Firelink Shrine, which is fine, hunky-dory. And we're going to spend some souls. Can't remember exactly what I need, but I'm pretty sure I need strength and dexterity. Dexterity I think of 18, and strength of, I don't remember how much. And we'll pump some other stuff too. Why not? Sure. And then we'll check. And can I two-hand it? Nope. Made a mistake. Okay. Can I do it now? No. Okay, so I probably should have actually paid more attention to make sure I could actually wield the weapon, but you know, sometimes that just doesn't work. Now, I don't spend any of my ball souls in any of these runs, because again, the whole point is I like having the ball souls there, maybe if I want to make a weapon, or who knows what, I don't use them for souls. And, oh yeah, as I was saying for earlier, when it comes to, oh yeah, we're also going to kick him off, and we're also going to upgrade our Estus. So we're just going to quick upgrade, that'll be our main Estus. And now we're going to kick him off. Okay, I jumped because I'm dumb. Okay, you didn't aggro. Nice. So we're just going to kick him off the edge. Yep, good old kicks. And that'll get us some souls. That'll get us a ring of protection. And it'll also get us some humanity, which is fine. And load up character, and we're good. But yeah, as I was saying, like, I'm not doing any hard strats or anything like that. That means I'm not tumble buffing. I'm not duping anything. Nothing where you pretty much have to actually, do any frame perfect anythings, or we're just playing the game normally, but we're just doing it in a faster way. And again, so long as you're comfortable with the movement mechanics and the fighting mechanics, then you should be able to do this easily. Okay, so yeah, don't have the souls that I need in order to actually wield the weapon that I wanted, which is great for me. Good job, genius. But we're gonna go ahead for the Asylum again. It's not like it's pretty early to be going back to Asylum. The second Asylum, and okay, I missed. Let's wait for the next elevator. But the next Asylum demon that we're actually going to end up facing has a lot of health, like a lot. It's not a hard fight, which is why I'm doing this before I go and deal with Quelaag, because I have a higher likelihood of, getting through this Asylum fight rather than Quelaag with my crappy short sword. And come on, please, please, please. Yes, I made it. I'm really bad at doing the jump, so thank God for that. We're also going to come over here, roll off, pick up the key, because we do want to get the Rusted Iron Ring to make sure that we can run through water easily. It's fine if you don't get it, but it's just so much easier if you just get the ring. But yeah, so we're going to go head up to Asylum, deal with the Asylum demon fight. I'll be honest, I don't know how long it's going to take. It'll probably take effing ages. But that's okay, because, not everything's going to go perfectly for my run, not everything's going to go perfectly for your run. Just find something that, makes you comfortable. If there's a weapon that you sit there and you're like, this weapon is great. I love this weapon and its moveset and I can get through it no matter what. Well, veer off from mine. That's fine. Go, you're going to have to go to a way to find all the embers for it to get it up to max. But that's fine. Yeah, so gotta get in here. Oh my god, these fire guys are probably one of the worst enemies in the game for me, because they deal so much damage and there's so many of them. And normally if you have the Drake Sword, they die in one hit. But I have a crappy little short sword, meaning they don't die in one hit. Oh god, I regret this. I regret everything, and I'm dead. Okay. Remember, I'm not a perfect Dark Souls player. We'll try our best though. The only downside to this is that it means that I do have to run all the way back and do the jump again. I say jump, I just rolled. Who knows, maybe I'll have to jump this time. We'll see. Good start. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. No. Missed by a mile. Okay, that's fine. We're just gonna, open all these treasure chests, and we're gonna take some stuff. A mace. Mace could be useful. And homeward bones. Well, actually, homeward bones are useful. I mean, you shouldn't need them anyway, because the ones you get from bosses should be fine. But I took them anyway. I mean, I could, I guess, get this Zweihander. Is that what it is in the cemetery? But I'm not going to. What else do we even have? I am going to sit at rest at the bonfire, just so I do have as many heals as possible when it comes to fighting the Asylum demon, because it will be a long fight, as I said. But what other weapons do I have? I mean, I could Gargoyle Tail Axe, I guess. I'm not sure how much better that'll do for me, but at least it has more range. Okay, we'll give her a shot. We will try with this. Look at us adapting to the situation. Okay, can we make it this time? We'll try. And I still have fast roll. That's all that matters. Yeah, that's another thing. You'll notice that I'm pretty much naked. Armor isn't super important in this game. I mean, maybe for PvP. I don't know. I don't really PvP. And we did the roll. Good job, us. But yeah. But we're pretty much going to be naked most of the run. For the majority of it, we're just going to be straight naked. We are going to get the best armor set for new game, because it's pretty much given to you in the course of a playthrough. We're not going to be able to actually equip much of it, solely because we need to make sure that we're maintaining fast roll rather than anything else. Because when it really comes down to it, when you're fighting enemies, so long as you shield up, you're fine. Like, your armor isn't going to help you If you can have your shield up and just, you know, bounce an attack off it or something, then that's good enough. You don't need the armor there to actually do anything for you. Which means we're not going to actually be bothered with, you know, rolling non-stop and, you know, avoiding every attack that way. Some attacks we're just going to end up doing, you know, okay, he's coming at me. We're going to try to roll, but here's the thing with Dark Souls. If you have your shield held, you can still do a... you can still roll out of the way with your shield up. So if you shield up, yeah, don't always shield up, obviously, because your stamina won't recharge as fast. But if when they're about to do an attack on you, if you're holding shield up and then you roll, there's actually a small window where even if you mistime it, you'll do your roll, but it will still hit your shield. So you'll lose stamina from having your shield hit, but you also rolled out of the way. And the good thing about that is that doing it that way, you're not taking a hit, because otherwise you'd take damage for the hit, but you'd also roll out of the way, so you'd be rolling while getting hit and taking, you know, a third of your health of damage. But just by having your shield up, you're fine. Okay, so we're here in the fight, and yeah, a bunch of panic rolling. The important thing is that when you fall, you want to roll as much as possible towards him, because the worst thing this guy can do to you, and our damage is, oh god, our damage is terrible. Okay, this is going to be a real long fight. Perfect. But here's the thing, as I said, just stay near his tail. The worst thing he can do is do a forward attack, and it will just shoot a huge red force field thing in front of him. And generally that's the attack he will use the first time as soon as you land in his arena, which is why you want to panic roll as much as possible towards him and to the side to get around behind him, because you do not want to be hit by that, especially at this level. It'll pretty much one-shot you. So yeah, pretty much we're just gonna sit here. God knows who. Look at, we're doing next to no damage. He has a lot of health even with the Drake Sword, but at least with the Drake Sword you're taking away about a bar of health every 3 hits. Whereas here in 3 hits we're not even taking away one of the small ones. But yeah, so pretty much with Drake Sword this will be a lot faster. But it's a really simple fight. You just need to stay calm and don't get greedy. Stay near the back of his tail. The best thing he can do for you is when he slams his mace down onto the ground, creating a small force field in front of him. Because when he does this, yeah, make sure you stay a little bit far back, but you can pretty much get shots on his tail. And that's just what we're going to focus on, just smashing his tail. Now there is one other reason why I came here, and that's because we want to get the Peculiar Doll. As I said, we're doing an all bosses run, and we are going to need the Peculiar Doll to go into the Painted World and deal with Priscilla. And getting it now is better than coming back for it later. Also, there are some Black Knights here, so it gives us another shot at getting the Black Knight Shield, which, as I've said, there's only... Oh, okay, got hit. Good job, me. Too much greed. But yeah, as I said, there's only 2 things we really need to worry about, and that's getting a Black Knight weapon, and then getting the Black Knight shield. But yeah, this boss has like 3 attacks. Okay, he has more than 3, like 4 maybe. He has his butt stomp. Now the one thing to be conscious about with the butt stomp, which is kind of finicky, is that when he lands, his mace does kind of have a hitbox at the point when he lands. So you want to make sure that you're not trying to run around him while he's tracking you in the air, because you don't want to have him land and have that mace land on you, because it could very well kill you, could very well not. It's kind of finicky. So just make sure that he's still in front of you, and then once he's butt stomped, then you run around behind him. Again, his other attack is if you get too far away from him and he's like in front of you, he will do that forward attack that shoots that big force field in front of you, and you just want to run and spam and jump to try to get around behind him so you don't get hit by that. And then he has the best attack, which is when, yeah, see, there it is. Yeah, the best attack is when he does the stomp, like stomps the mace in front of him, and he creates a force field in front of him and a little bit behind him, because that's the best way to just be able to hit his tail, and you're pretty much safe. And if he does multiple of them in a row, it's ideal. And then he also has, if you're pretty far back again, just like a regular attack with his weapon. You're probably never really going to see them, because if you're doing this fight properly, you're not going to be, far away from him. And yeah, so it's just going to be the same thing over and over and over and over again. And Good. Oh my god, it's gonna be forever. Oh my god. See, this is what I deserve. This is what I deserve for messing up. Messing up the Drake sword. Nah, whatever, it's not a huge issue. Like, this fight should never take you more than 5 minutes. I mean, I say that, but who knows? I don't know. I don't know how long it takes people to fight this guy anymore. Obviously, it's going to take me like 15, just because my damage is so crap. But on a more important note, like, it's not a hard fight, so if you were going to have any fights run long on you, this is a good one to have happen, just because it is so simple. Like, you wouldn't want to be like, oh, right now I have to fight Manus for 15 minutes, because most people would just be destroyed. And for a lot of people also, they're bad at reading the types of magic that Manus uses. So you end up in a situation where you pretty much just pray that you get that doesn't shoot magic at you non-stop over and over. But we'll get to Manus eventually. One day. One day. Uno mas. Oh my god. Yep. Great. 2 whiffs and 3 whiff. Good. Put a great round by me. How many times did you hit him? Oh, you know, none. Probably going to be a lot of silence in this fight, just because I don't have anything else to say about it. See, you guys are lucky. If you guys get bored, you can just, you know, jump ahead in the video to when he's almost dead, because it's not like much is changing. Me, on the other hand, I have to live through this. I have to fight it. Oh god. Yeah. Honestly, I was hoping that the Gargoyle Taillogs would actually do more than just like 38 damage to him. Maybe one day. Yeah, whatever. I have coffee. I'm happy. I guess it is important to note, though, that if you are going for any weapon other than a Black Knight weapon, if you do kill him, he does give you a slab. You won't be able to actually do anything with it yet, because you won't have any of the Titanite chunks, or the large shards, or the just regular Titanite. You won't have any of that, but, I mean, you can get your max rank with your slab that you get from him, so great. Yep. One day. One day. Actually, we're almost done. Whatever. It's not that bad. We're almost done. But yeah, so... Oh, I probably should talk about, you know, how this video is going to be done, I guess. So I will try my best to put in time stops. I mean, it's 34 minutes in. What are you going to do about it? But I will try to put in time stops for each area / boss, just so that if there's one area here that you're having trouble with, you know, like, how do I get through this area? You can easily just click on it and just be brought there. Be like, hooray, I don't have to watch, you know, a whole, you know, I don't know, 3-4 hour video just to have this done. Great. And also, it won't have as much stupid talking in it as my other 3 random loot videos had. Funny story about those, I was asked to make those for someone who wanted to show them off in a class about, I guess, video game level design, and it had to be like 2 minutes, which is why they're pretty much rushed, and you just run through there as quickly as you can. Funny story though, turns out that the video actually ended up being played on mute and they talked over it. Meaning that all the commentary that I made on it about, you know, level design and, oh look, here's another representation about how if you can see it, you can go there, ended up being for nothing. Hooray! I could have just had a silent video running through. Ah well. What are you gonna do? Well, cry in a hole. No, give up on life. The usual. Okay, come on, just die, dude. Just die. Don't need much. I don't need much from you. Okay, yeah, just swing it air. Come on, me, swing it air. Good job. But yeah, don't get greedy like I do, because I'm dumb. He's not going to go anywhere, he's not going to do anything, you know, different from what you're used to seeing. So the highest likelihood way that you're going to end up getting hit is you make a mistake. So if you're worried and you think you can't, you know, get a shot off in time, or you think you're like, oh man, I can get one attack in before, you know, he finishes off, does his next attack, just don't. Just wait. I mean, again, he's not going to go anywhere. So just take your time and be, you know, it'll be easy. Yeah, so we finished him off. Easy peasy. No worries. Climb up the ladder. We got a bunch of souls. Now, another reason why we wanted all these souls, well, there's actually two reasons. One is we now need more levels in order to be able to use our final weapon. Because, again, the thing with the freaking Black Knight Greatsword is that it pretty much needs the most out of all of them. And the second thing is I need 20,000 souls to be able to buy the key from Andre. Do you need to buy it? No, you don't have to buy it at all. You can kill Andre. You can go through the basin to then climb up the ladder to go face Seath. But I mean, I like doing it the normal way, and 20,000 souls honestly won't be much for you at the end of the day. But we just need it. It's just harder to get that much early on, which is why killing Asylum Demon early is another great way to get a bunch of souls. But yeah, so this is just your regular normal stuff that we already saw me do earlier with the other Black Knight. Just parry him, kill him. Harder to do backstabs on him, just because the hallway is so small. First thing I will say though is that when you first see him, he's probably going to run at you, and when he runs at you, he's going to do a full sword like lunge. I just block it. Again, that's the reason we got the heater shield. I won't take any damage. Didn't get anything there. We didn't get the Black Knight shield. But then we're going to run into our old cell and get the Peculiar Doll, which is perfect. But yeah, he will run at you, so just block the first attack. And then what you have to make sure with parrying is that you can't hold up your shield and wait for them to do an attack in order to, you know, in order to get your parry off. You pretty much have to make sure that it's lowered, and then just because the way they're set up to work for a lot of these enemies is that if they do see your shield up, they're going to do an attack to try to break your shield. So in this case, the Black Knights are going to freaking hit you with their shield, and it pretty much gets rid of all your stamina. It pretty much gets you open to their attacks. So you just got to drop it and then lift up to either do a block or, you know, just do your regular parry. If you aren't comfortable with a lot of their parries, one thing that you'll see me do, especially against Gwyn, because I'm not good at Gwyn, is I'll take the first hit on my shield, and then when they do their follow-up second attack, I parry that one, because the timing on that one's more consistent for something that I'm used to. So you can do that on these guys as well. I don't know the timings on it or anything like that, because I do the first one on these guys. But yeah, don't be afraid to just take the first hit on your shield, and then when they go to do their follow-up second attack, then you parry that one instead. Because once they're locked into doing their, you know, X amount of attacks, 1, 2, 3, whatever, you're pretty much you're guaranteed to get that parry off on them. Come on, give me your shield, dude. I don't ask for much. Don't ask for much. Just want your shield. And yeah, these Black Knights have two main attacks to start. Are they going to do a fast swing or a slow swing? Come on, just die. Just die. Why won't you die? Okay, there we go. And we got the Black Knight sword. See, now normally that'd be fine. It'd be great. I mean, I had the stats for it, so I'm going to put it on. But now the question is, do I stick with my Black Knight Greatsword, or do I stick with this Black Knight sword? Now, Black Knight Greatsword is going to do a lot more damage for me in the long run. I'm not a big fan of it, though. I don't like how slow it is. Like, it's a really slow weapon, and for me personally, I'd much rather have a faster weapon that can deal damage to it than, you know, a really slow one. The big issue with it, or the big issue, of course, is that's why Black Knight Halberd is so great. It deals so much damage, and it's fast. And, oh god, I forgot about the boulder. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't deal tons of damage to you. But yeah, the Black Knight Halberd is the best one you can get. The problem is that, for the run that I do, it's not really a Black Knight that I encounter until way later in the run. I am going to show where he is for two reasons. One is that I need to. I'm going to show you where to get a bow in case you really don't want to be a hunter. Then I'll be like, here's where you can get a bow. I mean, you can always buy one from that merchant, but you can get one for free, and it'll also give you extra arrows. And there's no problem having extra arrows because if you, let's say you're bad at archery, it happens. Then this way you'll have, you know, an extra pool to rely on. So we got the Rusted Ring. And we're going to Homeward Bone out. Now, I just didn't get a bonfire in there to sit at because I wanted to Homeward Bone out right back to Firelink. If you know, are nervous about the fight with the Asylum Demon, you think you're going to die a lot, just sit at one of the bonfires that are in there first. And then all you need to do is when you're leaving, you just leave the way you left at the start of the game. You just have to, you know, get past those 4 fire guys again, which I hate doing. But yeah, so we're going to get our stats up. And can we now equip this? Yes, okay, so we can use now the Black Knight Greatsword. So with that Black Knight Greatsword, we're not super concerned about anything anymore. The game has pretty much just become easy mode, and we're going to go head off to fight Quelaag. Again, took the Master Key, so I don't have to go through the depths or anything like that. Problem is I have slow roll. I don't have enough endurance at the moment, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So yeah, so here's my order of priority right now, just for, we're going to send it back up, yeah. Here's the order of priority for how to deal with this, for leveling my character. Yeah, just for running, we're going to put on the regular Black Knight Sword, just so that it's, we're faster, we can roll. But I prioritize getting the stats that you need in order to equip your weapon. So at the beginning, it's going to be make sure you have enough stats so that you can wield your Drake Sword. The criteria to actually wield it is really short. If you, like, after that happens, when I went back down the elevator to go to Firelink before I faced the Gargoyles, you can use some levels there to get and all the stats you need to equip the Drake Sword, and that'll make everything easier until you can get a Black Knight weapon. Once you get a Black Knight weapon, put up your dexterity and your strength so that you can use it. Easy. Once that's done, you also need to pump in endurance because we want to stay with fast roll, because fast roll is amazing. And once we have enough endurance that we're fast rolling with the weapon that we want, then you can just put it into health. Get your health up. I mean, there's no reason not to. And then you can just alternate between, you know, endurance for extra stamina, health for obviously extra health, though I would rank stamina more than health any day of the week. And then you can buff up some strength, I guess, if you really want for a bit more damage. It's not going to do tons for you, but it will do some stuff, so, I mean, whatever. Yeah, so we equip the Rusted Iron Ring. We're still going to get poisoned. We'd get poisoned regardless. This just makes it faster for us to run through. There's a large Titanite Shard. It's not going to do anything for us, but hey, we got it. Just make sure that when you're going, you're watching what the trolls are doing, because they will throw rocks at you, they will roll rocks at you, and you just don't want to get hit by them. So there's 2 ways to do this. There's the way that I'm going to do it, which is fight Quelaag while I'm poisoned. But if you're nervous about it, just stand outside the boss room and wait till the poison's gone. I mean, if somehow or other you were really lucky, I don't know how, and you got yourself, you know, an herb to heal your poison, then use that, obviously. And there's nothing to stop you from taking the bonfire that's at the bottom of that elevator that I took. The wooden one, the wheel one. There's nothing wrong taking that bonfire. The only reason I don't take it is because when it really comes down to it, you're going to end up... I find it easier to climb down than climb up. Climb up's really annoying, and I've had a lot of instances where I think I'm getting onto the elevator or getting off of it, and instead I just fall to my death. So honestly, for me, it's a lot easier to just take an elevator down, run through and then drop all the way down to then run back through here and do this, rather than, you know, take a safety bonfire and then have to climb my way back out once I've done everything I need to. Here I can just homeward bone back out back to Firelink, but if you're not comfortable with it, then that's fine. Just take whatever safety bonfires you feel like you need. Again, most of this stuff, the beginning is the hardest part for you. It's the part where it's peculiar on which bonfires you want to take and all that. But yeah, you'll also notice that for this Quelaag fight I said screw it, and I just decided to keep my Black Knight sword on. Quelaag is a fast boss, like her attacks are fast, so it's just better to keep that fast roll, because not having that fast roll just means you're going to get hit a bunch more than you would initially. And of course I'm being bad and getting hit a lot, and I'm trapped, okay, there I am, great, and I'm trapped, oh god. That was scary. But yeah, so usually with Quelaag you'll see that I spend a lot of time sitting there when she's doing her regular sword attacks, but your relative safety zone is when you're facing her, your right side. So you'll see me run in there to sit there when she's, you know, I feel like going back in. But again, if you don't feel comfortable going in at a certain time, just don't do it. If you're not sure what she's doing, you don't want to, you know, just risk it, take your time. You have all the time in the world, it's not a big deal. Come on, anytime. If you get those attacks, that's perfect. That's the best attack that she can do. Just shooting a crap ton of fire. Okay, she's dealt with easy. See, it doesn't matter which Black Knight weapon you end up with. If you only get the regular Black Knight sword, yeah, it's the lowest damage one of them, still does fine work. In fact, like, I don't know which one's better for me right now. Like, I mean, I feel like we need to take Black Knight Greatsword just because it does deal more damage overall, but it's just so slow. It's just such a slow weapon. And while I do like the big beefy weapons, like, obviously I like beefy weapons, the fact that, like, the way I play Dark Souls, obviously, like, Dark Souls is a more defensive game. So what that means is that when I react to what they do in order to get my hits off. So they'll do an attack, and then I react by, you know, blocking, dodging, whatever. And then in the opening between their attacks, then I hit them. Now, for most bosses, it honestly doesn't matter. But for important bosses like Artorias, you know, Manus is pretty slow, but, you know, maybe Kalameet. Kalameet's also kind of slow. Let's just say Artorias. For Artorias, who's a really fast boss, and, you know, like Seath and stuff, who likes to jump a lot, you end up in a situation where your window to get a counterattack off on them is really small because you're so slow. Or let's say you do get that hit off, the amount of time it takes for you to recover from your swing might not give you enough time to dodge or block their next attack, and instead you're going to get hit. But we'll see how we feel. So now we're going to deal Ceaseless Discharge. We're going to do it's not a cheese strat, but it is, you know, an easy strat. Again, this gives us free souls that we're going to want. And also by using the altar, we are going to get the best armor in the game, which is right here. I'm just going to grab it. There it is. Best armor in the game. So, that'll activate the boss. First thing to note is you don't want to run straight for the gate. You need to wait until he, you know, does that lava lunge, or, well, not lunge, when he gets his arm free and the lava comes up, because if you get hit by the lava, that is going to one-shot you and you're going to die. So you can't just run for the gate. Wait for that, then just run. So that's what we're doing. We're going to run. Take whichever path you want, whichever one makes you feel better. And we're just going to run back to the fog gate. Now, what's going to happen is he's going to jump at us, and he's going to sit there, and then you get free hits off on his arm, and if you deal like 7, he'll just fall to his death, and you get the free souls. So what that means is that you see I swapped to just fist, because attack speed is more important than damage. So we're just going to attack as fast as we can on his hand. See, there we go, and we're going to do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Win. Perfect. Easy peasy. Not a problem. And now we're going to homework one out. See, now again, if you really wanted, you know, that a safety bonfire down below or anything like that, you now have to climb out from here. Which, you have to run all the way back up the bell. You then have to run back through the poison lake. I mean, and then you have to, you know, get back on that elevator and get all the way up, and it's just an ordeal. Unless you homeward bone out, but even then you still have to go back through the poison lake and then go up that water wheel and then go all the way back up the elevators. I mean, do whatever one you prefer. It's not a big deal. So now we have the Black Knight Greatsword. Hooray. We also have fast roll. So we're pretty much set for our entire run now. I'm not even going to bother with the armor just yet, because I already know I'm not going to have enough to keep my fast roll with it. You could go for Havel's Ring. I don't, because there's really no purpose to it. You don't get enough use out of it to make it worth your while. But you always could. There's no harm in that. So now we're at the point where we're at our next, you know, big situation of where do I go next for what I want to deal with. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for Moonlight Butterfly. Okay, well, actually, let's start. I'm going to sit at the bonfire for Undead Parish. Because what that means is that when I've done everything that I've needed to do, I can homeward bone back to it, and then I can go straight for Sen's Fortress. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sit there, we're then going to go talk to the blacksmith, and we're going to buy a couple things. Here's what we're going to buy. We're going to buy the key, so we can get access to Seath. We're going to buy a armor repair station. We're also going to buy an armor upgrade. We're also going to buy, you don't have to buy the armor upgrade. I do because I just like having it. You don't have to. But you do have to buy a weapon upgrade, and you also have to buy a repair station. And that's it. They're not super expensive. You should have so many souls, it's not even funny. The key is going to cost you 20,000, and that's why we want to make sure we have those souls. And then, you know, armor repair, weapon repair, or upgrade, and then, you know, repair. Good. Okay. Those are just nice to have so that we can upgrade all the stuff or repair it. You shouldn't really even need to repair, if we're going to be honest. I just do it because I'm anal like that. And I'm also going to start upgrading my sword, because I can upgrade at him instead of at a bonfire. But it's not a huge issue. It doesn't really matter when. So we buy those things, and then we're going to face Moonlight Butterfly. Then we're going to go fight Seath. Then we're going to go kill the Hydra. And then we're going to go kill the Golden Golem, because that'll help us for the DLC later on, and it's more efficient for us that way. And then we're going to homeward bone out to go back and deal with Sen's Fortress. Good. So here we're just running through Darkroot Garden. Not a big issue. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You can kill these guys. I mean, they die one hit now. Doesn't matter really. There is a bonfire through a invisible wall just to the left of the gate that we're gonna open. If you want to take it. Like if you're really worried about stuff, just take the extra bonfire. It means when you do a run back, it's gonna be a bigger issue. But I mean, whatever. If it saves you time overall because you don't feel confident doing a boss battle or something, then just take the extra bonfire. So now we're going to go through this fog gate and we're going to head into Moonlight Butterfly. Moonlight Butterfly is annoying. I mean, it's not a bad fight. Like, it's not the hardest. It's actually an early game fight that you're supposed to be doing. The problem with it is that there's a lot you can't do. Spend a lot of the fight just, you know, dodging. My shield's not going to do much here because it's magic damage. But, you know, use it anyway. It's not a big deal because, again, you don't really have to worry about much. You can just shield up most of the time. So we're going to sit here and we're going to wait for Moonlight Butterfly. And there it comes over the river and through the woods. And 2 attacks. That's it. 2 attacks on this boss that you have to worry about. It's going to shoot like darts. Yep, see darts. Oh, got hit. Good job, me. It shoots darts and then also shoots these really slow ones. So I'm really bad at telling which attack is gonna, like which attack is gonna do. So I just kind of like, as soon as I assume the speed for the fast one, which is the darts, I will generally do a roll. But for the slow ones, they track you. So what you want to do is you want to get them to come at you in a certain one direction, because they are gonna curve towards you, and then you just go in the opposite direction. You roll in the opposite direction, and then they'll just go past you. See? Boom. Go to the opposite direction. I went left. Generally, I walk right, and then, you know, roll left. But yeah, shield will take some of the damage. I mean, if you had, like, the grass crest shield or something, that'd be better. But, I didn't pick it up. We could have picked it up, but I'll save it for later, whatever. Yeah, see, I rolled. Oh my god. Yeah, see, I rolled with them there, and I almost died. Okay, so here we go. It finally landed, and now we can swing and hit it. And because our weapon is so ridiculously overpowered, we kill him in 1 round. Generally, it takes 2 or 3 if you're playing normally, but whatever. Now, if you continue along that walkway that I just went past, you can run all the way to the top, and you'll get the Divine Ember, and you also get a Homeward Bone. I don't need them. I don't need the Divine Ember. I don't need a Homeward Bone, so I'm all set. But if, you know, if you're someone who, when you end up going to the Catacombs or you want to face off against Nito, you're really anal about having all the ads there, and you just want to get, you know, a regular divine weapon so that you can just kill them forever and not have to worry about it, then go grab it. Give it to Andre, he'll make you a divine weapon, and you'll be hunky-dory. Ideally, by the point we reach Nito, we should be so well off that, you know, their ads aren't even going to deal much damage to us. But if you're, again, whatever, doesn't matter. So now we're just going to run through the forest. We're going to stick to the left side for the most part. We're going to avoid all the foggy boys, I guess. If you want to fight them, you can fight them. It's not a big deal. We're just going to run straight to Seath. We're not going to talk to anybody. We're not going to join the Forest Covenant. Just going to run, dodge, all that good stuff, and we're going to face Seath early. Now again, this is earlier than is normally intended. Usually you've already gotten the Lord Vessel by the time you go for Seath. I do it, but again, this is an efficiency run, so it's more efficient to not have to come back. Which is why we're going to go kill Seath, and then we're going to do a whole bunch of other stuff that's saved for later on in the game, that we just get rid of it early, don't have to worry about it later on. It's all good. And that'll be the same with when we deal with Priscilla, and it'll be the same when we deal with Gwendolyn. We do the dumb stuff, just so that we don't have to worry about it later on. And because I'm forgetful, I usually forget a lot of stuff, so I just do it as early as I possibly can, and then everything's fine. Now, this is just a really minor thing that I do personally, but I approach the sword in the ground a bit from the right side, because for some reason, for me, whenever I'm doing this fight, when it first starts, it always ends up with Seath, like, hitting me with a jump, like, while the screen's still black, as if when Seath landed, I took a bit of damage. And it doesn't do much, it does, like, I don't know, 5 damage, but it's still annoying to have that 5 damage hit you early on. But yeah, Seath fight, you know, you just want to stay under the legs. Seath jumps a lot, and you're just going to try to avoid all the sword swings that you can while hitting them with sword swings. Because I'm using this really slow weapon, I can really only do 1 hit at a time, and I missed. The only really scary attack, and it's the one that I'm most worried about all the time, is when he does like the 360 spin, because that can just one-shot you, and it's not fun. You'll see right there, that was one of those situations where I had my shield up for my dodge, but I also got hit, so the dodge completed, but it took it on my shield, so even though I was dodging, I still got the hit, so it's just extra safety. So before I always roll, I always just hold my shield up, just to be safe. Oh god. Don't whiff, don't whiff. Seath's almost dead. Come on, come on, come on. Don't be dumb, don't be dumb. And I'm dumb. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay. That was scary. Almost failed miserably, but, you know, we got through it. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. Okay. So next up is we're going to go deal with the Hydra. Good old Hydra, buddy. Yeah, so the way we're actually going to go deal with the Hydra and go handle him is we're going to go the back route, which is if you don't want to buy the crest key for some weird reason, you can actually just climb up from below. So you'll see the route, you just have to reverse it if that's what you want to do, in which case you're going to have to go kill the Hydra first. Not a huge issue again, as I've said, but I mean, whatever. So yeah, this is the pathway. We're just going to make sure you stay above on top of the cliff here when you're following it along, because if you go down you have to deal with these spiky cats which will roll at you and deal a lot of damage and almost kill you, and this way just skips all of that and then you just drop down and you're good to go. This is also the exact route that we're going to take again once we go back in time to go deal with Manus and Artorias and all that good stuff. So we're just going to slide down the ladders, and we're going to continue on our merry little way. Yeah, so if you're sliding down, he might shoot water at you, but he will never hit you. So you don't really have to worry about any of that crap. And because we did get the rusted iron ring, what this means is that we don't get slowed down in this water, which otherwise you're really slow and it's annoying. It's still doable, obviously, but it's just a more annoying fight to have. Okay, so clearly what's happening here is, you know, shield up. Once you make sure you're at full stamina, you're just going to keep your shield up. You're going to try to trigger them to attack you, and because our weapon is so overpowered, we kill it all in one hit. Easy peasy. The trigger for which he has, again, 2 attacks. One is shoots water at you, another is attacks you with the heads. Great, missed it, perfect. But if it does a... Oh god, but yeah, the only difference between the 2 attacks and which one you're going to get is if he does a kind of growl beforehand. But even then, so long as you're pretty much close to him, even if he does shoot water like he just did, he will miss. Of course, not always the case, which is why I still, you know, shield up just to be extra safe. The way my build's currently set up is that if I do get hit by water, my shield's not going to do much. I'll pretty much have my poise broken immediately, and I'll take a bunch of damage, but it shouldn't kill me, and that's the important part. But yeah, so we're just gonna... Yeah, I cannot hit that head. But yeah, we're just gonna, you know, keep doing this over and over. The one thing that is important to note is don't go too far forward, because you will fall off the map and die. You can kind of see the lip in front of you, which is as far close as you can go. But yeah, it's an easy fight. It's an early fight, and we're now at a point where we just win. So we're going to exit and re-enter the game. This is because we need an enemy to spawn, which will not spawn until you reload or, you know, go somewhere else first and you sit at a bonfire. Exiting and reloading will just make it easier for us without having to deal with any of that. So now we're going to run around this corner, which is somewhere we're going to come again later to get to the DLC. And there's your golden golem. He deals a lot of damage. If you do not want to get hit by him, he will probably one-shot you. So yeah, so he has a couple attacks. I mean, they're not a huge deal. You can pretty much just kill him. Especially not, like, again, the whole point of the run and the way we set up is that we get a Black Knight weapon and they just destroy everyone as fast as possible. I mean, they only upgrade to +5, and I think right now we're at +2. But even then, just, you know, it's not a problem. So we're going to homeward bone out, and this will bring us back to Undead Parish. So we've done that whole section. We pretty much don't need to go back there until we want to go to the DLC, and now we can just head forward to Sen's Fortress and, you know, good old ONS. Random level ups, you know. Again, our level ups aren't super important anymore. They're nice to have, obviously, but the important part's done. All the pain we went through in the past hour is all to make sure that the next, you know, couple hours are just going to be a breeze. We don't have to worry about anything. And then anytime we die, it's just because, you know, we done goofed. We're dumb. So I stepped on the pad. You don't have to. It's a huge tile right in front of you. It just shoots 3 arrows right in front of you. You don't really have to worry. And this is pretty much the most important area where, you know, character control comes into play. You can go slow if you want. I mean, no harm, no foul. I'm just going to run around everything. But yeah, it's short walkways. You know, trap seat are all around, easy to kill you, but we're just gonna go slow. That is the most dangerous part, pretty much right there, where timing is always really bad, and it's quite likely that that snake will hit you with lightning. That snake will always get hit by a boulder, and it's to teach you that boulders are coming. But if you just keep running and then you go through the fog gate, you'll make it without any worries. Again, there's a trap here when we're going down the hallway, so just keep running and then veer off. There you go. Now here's the main thing right here, which is what we're waiting for. We're waiting for a boulder to come past. There it is. If you hug that right-hand wall and you run right after that goes past you, you should be able to make it back up before the next boulder comes. Or at the very least, if the boulder does come, it will avoid you. Or sorry, it'll not kill you, but it'll push you into the room instead of down, you know, that hallway, so you can get through and bypass a whole bunch of crap. And here you do have to hit this snake here. You don't really have much choice in the matter, because she does body block you. So you just got to give her a hit. Just try to kill her. Well, okay, I kill her. You don't have to kill her. On higher difficulty levels, you just hit her and it knocks her back a bit, and then you can turn past. It doesn't matter. Yep, and so everything else here is literally just run. There is a bonfire, you know, up here and to the right, if you want to drop down and get it. For us, it doesn't really matter, because again, this run took us, what, 30 seconds? 45, maybe? And I mean, just having a 45-second run to come all the way back up the tower isn't that bad. So yeah, we're just going to run all the way and go straight to the Iron Golem. Again, when we do get to the Iron Golem, if you are super worried about it, about the fight in general, I mean, you can kill the fire barrel thrower above. He should die really easily with one of these weapons. I mean, it shouldn't even be much of a challenge. So yeah, if you want to be safe, no worries, just be safe. Run up that staircase, go kill him. Not a big deal. So because I'm going to be facing the Iron Golem on the small walkway. If I get, you know, the cool strat where where I managed to make him fall off the platform to his death, that's fine. If I don't, that's fine too. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, see, stagger, they're not going to get it, yeah. See, he falls there. The way we're currently set up with our weapon and how much damage we deal is that we deal so much damage that he's pretty much already dead before he can even get back up and threaten us again. Yeah. Never managed to even finish another attack after that. Good, so now we just wait for the fire to dissipate and we just charge that little glowing thing and we're in Anor Londo. Easy peasy. More souls. That's soul in French. Good. Look at you learning words. So, yeah. Yep. Good job, me. That was me trying to remember what the R2 was. Huh, what is it? Oh yeah, it's the shoveler. But not the good shovel. Not the Smough. Ornstein the Smough. One of those. Not the S shovel. Just a worse shovel. So yeah, we're gonna hit the bonfire because there's no reason to not hit it. You know, we're gonna pump up a bunch of stats. Eventually, we're gonna get to stats that we can use our sword one-handed. And can we roll? No, we cannot. We cannot fast roll. No. One day we'll get armor, but that is not this day. A day may come when the courage of men fails, but that is not this day. And we're gonna take this elevator. You can just ride it down normally. I just jump because I can. Not that I'm good at the jump. As you saw, I missed the opening, but that doesn't matter. A gargoyle will charge at you. We don't need to kill it. There's no point to it. And we're just going to straight run here. Painted guy's going to fall. Yep. And we kill him. And we're going to kill the other one. I killed them because I don't like having them run after me. I mean, the pro skilled players will literally sprint across this top area. I don't bother because the risk of me falling isn't worth it. I would not want to come back here just because I was stupid and, you know, didn't control properly and fell to my death when I could just normally walk it. So I'll just do the slow meandering way, kill these guys. Ugh. Oh, this is another enemy where having my great sword's gonna be bad. So there is one way to make these guys try to die properly, which is if you position yourself and they try to do the lunge at you, they will jump to their death. It's pretty nice when they do it. It's not something they always do. Haha, you said do. Anytime, sir. And I failed there because I'm good at this game. Oh god. And, oh god, no, my attacks are too slow. Oh god. And I'm dead. Good. Okay, so we got a little setback, but, I mean, it's not a big deal. All we have to do is exactly what we were doing previously and just run all the way back. Yeah, the A-team. But yeah, so our first actual skip that we're going to be doing is in this area. It's right before ONS. And again, you don't have to do the skip if you don't want to. I do it because it just makes everything easier and faster. And it's just for going back against the boss. So you'll see it when I do it. But pretty much when you end up at the bonfire before ONS, you have to like run through all these rooms and up this huge, like up a bunch of back staircases, over some ramparts, open doors that are locked. And there's a really easy way, again, as long as you know how to jump, you're fine. And all you have to do for it is just jump over a stairwell, like over a banister. If you are like, oh man, even that sounds hard, that's fine. It's really easy to practice it. All you have to do is kill a single Silver Knight, and then you can practice as much as you want. And yeah, so I recommend doing that if for some reason you're in a position where you're like, man, I want run through this game leisurely, kind of like what I'm doing right here, just for fun. Then I recommend learning the skill. If you're like, oh man, I'm playing Dark Souls and I just want to get through this area quickly, I'm tired of this, I just want to play the game once, be done with it, and say I've done it, then play through it normally. Do everything like as it's designed. And I mean, it's not like it's the worst, like, oh no, how dare you play this game as it's designed, you terrible person, you. But yeah, it's just, I do it because it makes everything a lot easier. But you do not have to. This is not Duke Skip. You don't have to worry. Because Duke Skip is stupid. And I've never actually done Duke Skip properly in my life. I've never succeeded at it. I have a character that I've run there in order to practice it, but she's never actually completed it. Maybe one day, but I don't care enough. I don't do speed runs. I do runs speedily, as in like as quick as I can, but I don't actually bother with real speed runs with the routing and this is how you have to do it and yada yada and all that crap. Okay, so we got through that area. No harm, no foul. We're gonna take this, hit the lever. Push the lever, Bronk. Wrong lever. And then we're gonna go and hit the bonfire. Because we are stupid. Run, run, run. Yep. Hey, look at that foreshadow. I am stupid. So I forgot that I have to hit it twice. So I was right. It was the wrong lever. We have to push it twice in order to get to the bonfire. My bad. My bad. So yeah, as soon as it starts, just press A, hit it, press A again, hit it again. And then we should be okay to go. I'm okay to go. I'm okay to go. That's probably a dated reference for younger folks. I don't even know the name of the movie. I know Jodie Foster's in it, has aliens in it, and people didn't like it, but I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, so anyway, we're just going to go down here, we're going to hit this bonfire. 2 reasons for the bonfire. 1, it's always nice to have bonfires. But 2, it's so that we can teleport back here so we can kill Gwendolyn. Because that statue that's in front of us will disappear, and we'll be able to go in and kill Gwendolyn, and it will be great. But next what we're going to do is, before we go deal with ONS, we're going to go hit the Painted World, because you'll remember when we went to the Asylum for the second time, we went back to our old cell and we got a peculiar doll. This doll is so that we can, this doll is set up so that we can go through the painting into the Painted World. And, yeah. It'll be great. And I say it'll be great. I don't know if it'll be great. It might be great. We'll see. So yeah, we can just avoid everything and literally just run their hit A and you get sucked right in. You're like, oh my god, I'm in a painting. Now here's an important thing. We are not going to touch the bonfire. What this means is it kind of sucks for people, because if you are
if you get unlucky and you end up dying a bunch and you waste a lot of your Estus, you can't really get much back, and you will spawn back at the and you end up spawning back at the bridge rather than at the bonfire. But overall, because this area we're skipping most of it anyway, it's best just to not get the bonfire. Good dog is barking in the background. Super sweet. But yeah, we're just gonna run past everything. We're gonna, just keep running. You don't have to fight anything. They don't follow you past the past this walkway over here. And then we're gonna spawn the zombie dragon, the poison zombie dragon. And again, there is another skip that you could do over here, which is simple, so you don't have to go past the dragon. And it's a relatively easy one to do. You just pretty much walk off a ledge, and then you're fine and dandy. But the thing is, I'm not gonna pardon me, I'm not gonna do it. Fighting this dragon isn't the worst thing in the world. It's not bad. It's pretty easy. Generally, as long as you're staying back like this, he will shoot poison down either the left, the right, or the middle. And so we're just gonna go forward. We're gonna smack it, and then we just wait. And then it's gonna shoot poison down the other side, and we're gonna run forward and we're gonna smack it. And I think that missed, which is kind of unfortunate. And there goes shooting poison down the other side again, and we're gonna smack it. And then so we're just gonna do this over and over. It's just gonna obviously the timings here are such that it thinks that we're still close to it, so it's gonna hit us with a close range attack, but we're always just gonna hit and then we're gonna move back. We don't want to get hit by anything. If you do get hit by the poison, it's not a big deal. It does a lot of damage and it might actually poison you, but you can just heal through it. But yeah, we're just going to try to avoid as much of it as possible. And we're just going to do this over and over until it dies. Really easy fight. Honestly, it doesn't take much to get through it. Oh, that was me. Good job. Okay, shoot fire. Poison this way, thank you. And smack him, and I think that missed. Good. Come on, just die. Just die, dude. Dude, just die. Come on. No one even likes you. I don't have any friends. Come on. One more. Nope. Pretty sure I missed. Pretty sure I missed again. Oh, God. Pro strats. Oh, God. Okay. Yep. Good job. 1 health. Run for your life. Run. Humanity. Yeah, you don't always have to use Estus. If you really need that full heal and you have time, use Humanity. We're going to end up with more Humanity than we currently end up using, personally. But yeah. And Estus are just way better for when you're just trying to deal with everything in general. Just because it's faster, and you can kind of tank some stuff. So here what you have to do is you have to just do a jump attack. Doesn't matter what. Jump attack it, the dragon will stand up, and then you can just drop down. And there. We went through the whole painted world. That was all we had to do. And now we're just going to fight Priscilla. Now, you don't have to fight Priscilla. I mean, you don't have to go into the painted world at all if you don't want to. But we're going to go in. I'm going to try to break her tail. Because, I mean, why wouldn't I? She's kind of an annoying fight if you're really unlucky. Her Scythe attacks cause huge amounts of bleed. And if she stays invisible, it's also really bad for you. So pretty much she's invisible, and she will stay invisible unless you can stagger her. So our goal here is to make sure she staggers and doesn't stay invisible. And the best way to see where she is if you stay in an area that has snow on the ground, and you have to look for her footprints. Because if you see her footprints, you can generally figure out where she is, and then you can hit her. Yeah, so I could kill her quite easily. The thing is I'm just anal, and I want to try to get her tail. Because her tail is one of the easier ones to get. The easy tails to break in order to get, the weapons are obviously Gaping Dragon, really easy. Priscilla, relatively easy, though her tail is smaller, so it's a bit harder. Also, she's weak, so she dies a lot faster. Of course, there's the dragon. There we go, got her tail. the dragon at the bonfire, but no one really cares about him. And then Seath is really annoying, so I don't really bother with Seath. Unless I'm actually setting up a mage character for later on, which I don't do, because my main has already done that, so it's fine. And is there another tail? Yes, and then there's Kalameet. Kalameet's also really annoying to get his tail, which I also don't really bother with. But yeah, so we finished Painted World. We're all good. Everything's done. Now we can just run off and go deal with ONS. So we're going to run here. We're going to push the lever once to get back to where we were. And I see I have a lot of friends. Luckily, the movement of the ring kind of screws with their pathing, and one clearly went and fell to his death. And we're here. So we're just going to run under this guy. Generally, he always goes into the air for you, and you can just run past him and continue on your merry way. And we're just going to head straight up. Easy peasy. And then we're going to veer right, because you have to. There's literally no other way you can go. And we're going to do this. Now, here's the thing. You can just run down these stairs normally, or you can pro jump. Look at that. Wow, I almost went off the edge. Good job, me. But yeah, again, it doesn't matter. Just run down here, get unlucky, and get hit by lightning spears. May as well heal up to be safe. And then here I'm going to zigzag. Just try to avoid as much stuff as possible, because you're getting shot at by arrows in two directions. And I still got hit by a lightning spear. Good job, me. And then we're going to heal up here before we do our run up. So this is the hard one. This is what usually gets everyone. First things first, just run the whole way until you get to there. Yeah. Just run up that starter area. It's your best bet at doing anything. And then once you get onto the lip, then you have to start watching out for arrows. You might get shot from behind, but just try to time it, try to listen, and try to avoid as much stuff as possible. Once you do get to that Silver Knight, you just have to use the old parry thing. Parry is pretty much the same timings as with the Black Knights, and if you can parry them and you pretty much one-shot them, and then you're good to go. You only have to kill that one guy, and you're set. You're fine. Get to the bonfire. I am going to use humanity here. I am going to kindle in order to just to get 10 Estus, just because ONS is a long fight, especially for me the way I play. So it could last a bit longer than I really want it to, and I don't want to have to rely on humanity too much because it is a limited resource for me. So yeah, we're just going to kindle up to 10. Pardon me. And here's our first real skip that we're doing. So there is a knight right in front of us. You don't really see him there, but if you want, you can kill him in order to practice this. So you'll see that see, all we're doing is we're going to try to jump there. It's pretty easy to do, and it will just land you right here, and you'll be set. And I can now do a fast roll with that first piece of armor, but not with the headpiece. So we now have a single piece of armor to continue our journey with. Great. I mean, armor doesn't do much, as I said, but it's better to have it than not. When you can keep your fast roll, of course. If you can't keep fast roll, don't wear armor. And now we're going to go up against ONS. The hardest boss in the game, as people say. Oh, no. So, I don't know why this is exactly the case for me personally on my version of Dark Souls. But when Ornstein does his like super speedy lunge attack, if he is interrupted by anything, like what you saw there when he got caught on Smough, whatever, it breaks his pathing like crazy, and he will just zoom around the entire map. Like, he will turn corners on a hairpin, just to then get to me and lunge. I don't think it's designed to be like that, and I don't know why my version goes crazy. See, it's supposed to be like that, where it just goes straight at you. But if he gets caught on stuff, he can zoom around pillars at you and everything, and it's just not great. Oh yeah, this is another reason why I'm not a huge fan of the Black Knight Greatsword, is because Ornstein likes to dodge, like do an attack and dodge, so your opening of actually getting a hit on him is a lot smaller than normal. But that's okay. I do focus down Ornstein first, just because dealing with Smough in the second stage is actually really easy. It's barely even difficult. If you just like keep your space from him and all this, it's just really easy. Though I will say that it is harder to kill. It makes the first stage harder because killing Ornstein is just harder in general. That was just me being bad. And I'm gonna run for my life. Now here's another thing. I don't really target in this fight. In most boss fights, when it's just there's only one of them, you just target because it's easier. But when it comes to ONS, I don't target because I need that map vision. I need to be able to see both of them at once, and getting zeroed in on one while the other comes out of nowhere to like shovel you or lunge at you is just not a good situation to be in. Oh god, almost got shoveled. Yeah. Okay, keep running. But yeah, just the reason I'm gonna probably take longer than most people, well, not most people, but I take longer in this fight than, other good players would, just because I'm super cautious and I'm really not gonna go for attacks unless I'm absolutely certain that I can get it. Come on, taking your time, running for your life. Oh god. Really nervous with Ornstein because when he's far away and he does his big lunge thing, there's a huge chance that if it glitches, then I'm in a lot of trouble. Because it makes the timings on it just ridiculous because I don't know when he's going to pop out. See, oh god, there it was. He just popped, like, it glitched and then he just popped out of nowhere and oh god, I'm dead. Okay, that's unfortunate. Well, take two. Running up the stairs, running up the stairs. I guess I'll note that I am playing Prepare to Die Edition because it's the only edition I own, and more importantly, I'm not running DS Fix. So at certain points I might get weird slowdowns, usually in lava areas and all this crap. Reason why is because I ran DS Fix for a long time and then NVIDIA drivers changed. Oh god, I got shoveled. Yeah, my NVIDIA drivers changed and it broke DS Fix. I couldn't make the game full screen, I couldn't change resolutions, I couldn't do anything with it. Nothing worked. Tried re-downloading it, reinstalling it, nothing worked. My only option was to revert my drivers. This was, I don't know, a couple years ago. And I can't have, drivers from, like 2015 and just never update my graphics drivers ever again. So eventually I had to give up and I got rid of DS Fix. And I mean, I only ever play this game, I don't know, once every about once a year nowadays. So that's why I'm not on DS Fix. Oh god, and I'm dead. I mean, I wish I could still use DS Fix. It's amazing. I don't know why, for some reason, the new NVIDIA graphics drivers completely destroyed it and ruined it. It sucks, plain and simple, but, I mean, I can't do anything about it. So I'm not running DS Fix. If you can get DS Fix to work on your computer, and for some reason you're using Prepare to Die Edition and not, the recently re-released version, then I guess I recommend using it. I don't know anything about the new re-release version. I don't know how good or bad it is. I don't have it. I don't really plan on getting it. I don't know why I'd need a second version of Dark Souls on my computer, or even on my Steam. Don't ask me. It's not like, Dark Souls 2 with Dark Souls 2 being as it is, and then Prepare to Die Edition being completely different. Or not Prepare to Die, good job. Scholar of the First Edition. Ugh, Scholar of the First Edition. No comment. But yeah, so, okay, take 3. So far, so good. I have my souls. I've hit him once. He's not doing the glitched run. And they even got, oh man, another hit on him. Man, I'm just so good at this game. Yeah, dodge it. Yeah, we're just going to take our time, get shoveled. That was unfortunate. And continue fighting. I mean, again, with our current setup, we don't need many hits. But, I mean, it's just harder to get those hits. Because our weapon is so freaking slow. And Ornstein likes to dodge a lot. He's a huge fan of dodging. Yeah. Pretty much all I'm going to say is, if you're ever in trouble, just try to put some pillars between you and yourself. Don't hug the pillars because Smough's shovel will go through them. But just stay back from them and keep them between you and Smough. Obviously, get that. Yeah, because that's your safety net. So you'll see a lot of the time that I'm just running away, and that's perfectly fine. If I can't see where Ornstein is, then, if you can't see where Ornstein is, just try to get somewhere safe. You just need to make sure you wait until you have an opportunity. And yeah, the longer the fight goes, the more chances of you getting hit, using your heals and all that. But I personally think it's a better option than, being really risky and being near both of them. Because they can just double whammy you and it will one-shot you. Come on, any day now, Ornstein will actually do a good attack. Any day. Nope. Oh god, yeah, got shoveled. Oh god, I'm in pain. Run for your life. Okay, thank you. Pillar, get the pillar. Okay, phew. Just chug it. Come on. I don't ask for much. I don't ask for much. Please, can you guys just separate for a bit? Just for a little bit. Just need you to separate just a tiny amount. There we go. Good. Go. Yes. Yes. Good job. Oh, another one? Oh, oops, my bad. Can't time stuff for crap. Gonna drink an Estus. Oh, no, never mind. Oh, I got the hit off. Oh, good. Phew. There we go. Now I'll drink an Estus. Perfect. So here we go. Now we're on Smough. Smough. I don't care how you pronounce his name. I'll just call him S. Here's S. Lightning S. He's really easy. Pretty much that's the attack you want to do. If you just run straight at him, the attack that he'll do will generally miss you, and you're fine. So you'll see me move off. The only problem is that if you go to charge him and then he decides to shovel, then you're in kind of a lot of trouble. But overall, you're fine. Yeah, just avoid that. So it seems to me that Black Knight Greatsword, if you do the running attack on him, it will just instantly stagger him. So, oh god, that was my fault. I should have just hit him and not tried to roll through it. Yeah, so normal weapons, you're not going to get that. Yeah, one. Okay, so yeah, 2-hit stagger with just the regular attack, but if I'm going to do a running attack at him, I just instantly stagger him, which is just broken beyond belief, because I can just do that. So I'll just run at him over and over and over, and it doesn't matter what he's doing, because he can't hit me, because he's just going to stagger. Kinda makes this a joke. Yeah. Broken weapon, now we all know. Break your poise. Oh god, run into a wall and just get stuck. Almost get shoveled. Perfect. And almost get shoveled. Perfect. And that's a good attack. And there we go. Dead. Boom. Okay, it took us 3 tries, but I mean, once we got rid of Ornstein, fight became a joke. So I did say we're only going to kill 1 NPC, and turns out I lied. We're also, well, okay, she's an NPC, but spoilers, she's not real. So we're going to kill Guinevere. Is that her name? Gwendolyn, Guinevere. Yeah, we're going to kill Guinevere. I'm going to shoot her with an arrow, and that'll get us Lord Vessel.
you're more than welcome to talk to her, I guess, to get the Lord Vessel, but you still have to kill her, just the way our run goes. We need her to die in order to activate the Dark World, or the real world. Oh my god, so gritty. Just in this, in Anor Londo, because we're not going to be going through the Catacombs, in order to get the ring to then go face Gwendolyn. So we need to kill Guinevere to get access to him. And yeah, so we saw the first skip. Second skip that we are going to be doing is just going to be in the Catacombs, and you literally just roll. If you can roll off a ledge, you can do this skip. So again, the skips that I do use pretty much aren't, like out of bounds or glitches or invisible walls. They're just real simple. So I teleported to Anor Londo, or not Anor Londo, whatever that one was called, I can't remember. The one we went to earlier, just so we can face Gwendolyn. Really easy fight. It's going to be even easier because our weapon is just ridiculously powerful. First thing is, he's always going to teleport. You're never going to make it to him. He has 3 attacks, which is his light ball attack, which you just run into a pillar in order to avoid them. He has a big ball attack, which was right there. Oh, and I got hit by one of those tracking orbs. He has big ball attack. You can either roll to avoid it, or you can just run to the side. And then his third attack, which is the attack that we want, is he shoots arrows at you. Now, the reason we want him to shoot arrows at us, and we're gonna stay a little bit far back from him until he decides to do arrows, is because when he's doing arrows, he will not teleport away right away. So it gives us a chance to hit him. And you can still hit him while he's doing the teleport, like you just saw. I got the second hit on him. And then you just repeat that over and over. So we're going to run against the wall whenever he does the tracking orbs. And we're just going to wait. Tracking orbs are done. We're going to try to move forward. Yeah, he's doing arrows there, but we are still too far away. You want to make sure you're about 2 pillars away from him before you try to go in for the final. So there I am at 2 pillars away. Yeah, see, I'm just chilling at 2 pillars away, waiting for him to do arrows. Because he should, if you're unlucky, he'll do 2 rounds of arrows, and then he'll stop. If you're lucky, like what he's doing right here, he'll do 3. And I even got to, I even got to stagger him there, though I wasn't able to get that 3rd shot off because I didn't have enough stamina. That's fine. He's 1 hit away. He's doing arrows now. Doesn't really matter, because we can't take advantage of it. So we're just gonna wait. Oh, but he's doing arrows again, so we're charging in. Oh god. And yeah. It wasn't ideal, but because we only needed 1 shot, it was fine to just charge him there, and we got it. And it was perfect. There, he's out of the way. We've finished the optional bosses that are in here. We don't have to worry about those anymore, and we're just going to head off. You don't have to keep repairing equipment like I do. I'm just really anal about it. And that's why I always just open a new one, click it, open a new one, repair, all that good stuff. So, teleporting away. So we're going to enter Londo because we're going to do Seath first. I just like to get Seath out of the way. I mean, you can pick whichever one you really like. The only thing I'm going to say for that is that you do Izalith before you do Nito. Just because that's the way I prefer to do it. Oh, crap. Yeah, never mind. I'm a liar. I legitimately forgot. I haven't placed the Lord Vessel yet, and if you haven't placed the Lord Vessel, you can't actually get to the 4 Lords because the barrier's still up. And I'm a forgetful person. So we're going to go to Firelink, we are going to go place the Lord Vessel, and then we're going to continue on our merry little journey to go kill a bunch of Lords. To be the best murderer there ever was. Killing undead, or immortal dragons, and undead gods, and witches, and other things, and yeah. Oh, and kings. Yeah, we're going to kill kings. The King Killer Chronicles. One of those books was good. Yep, so we're going to sit here, we place the Lord Vessel, and now we're going to teleport out and go deal with, go to Anor Londo, and go deal with, Seath. Now, an important thing to know is there's actually a Firekeeper at Anor Londo when you first sit there. She is leaning up against the wall. However, once you kill, Guinevere and Gwendolyn, and, you trigger the Dark Knight, or whatever the heck you call it, you kill the sun, pretty much.
She will then move to in front of the staircase leading into the cathedral. So long as you don't go down that staircase from the cathedral, you won't have to fight her. So you can continue using the bonfire, and the firekeeper will stay alive, so long as you don't go that way and don't have to end up fighting her and all this. So now we're moving into where Seath is. There's going to face a couple boars. Boars are annoying. They're not like the first one where you could, backstab up the butt. Now they're pretty much fully armored, and I got smashed in the face. But we're just going to run away from them anyway. The first one's the big issue because he will charge you right at the get-go, and so you can try to dodge through it, which I failed to do. Second one, you can pretty much, just do that. Just run around them. It's not a big issue. And we're just going to run up here. We're going to avoid the bonfire because we can activate the bonfire anyway, even if we wanted to, because enemies are nearby. And we're just going to go up the elevator. And so, because we don't do Duke Skip, or at least because I don't do Duke Skip, I mean, if you really want to do Duke Skip, go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to show you it because I can't do it. What's going to happen is this is where our Ring of Sacrifice is going to come into place. So, the one thing that we need to remember when we're using our ring is, and I can't remember, there's two types of Rings of Sacrifice. There's like the good one and then the medium one, and we got the medium one. I can't remember. I don't think it protects us from curse. I don't know. I just can't. I don't think it protects you from curse. So it pretty much just protects your souls. So the thing that we're going to be dealing with here is when we go to kill ourselves, make sure that we don't kill ourselves and get cursed at the same time, just for extra safety. So what that means is when you get killed when you're facing off against Seath for the first time, if he creates all of his crystals and gems, it'll bring up petrification, or whatever it's called, curse, whatever. But even if you're dead and you're still in the animation of dying and your body hasn't disappeared yet, your curse/petrification meter will continue climbing. So even if you're already dead, if that continues up and hits, you will get curse/petrified. Now, I will say again, I don't remember if it works for this with the ring or not. But to be safe, just don't have that happen. Make sure you get to a low health, and then you run away to get your curse meter down, and then die. Yeah, so we just killed that blue golem thing because we need that pendant. It's important for the DLC, and now we can just continue on running through everything. Archer is not a big deal. You can just dodge them. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And, yep, now we're just going to pull the lever. Now, I will say one thing. I am going to end up waiting a little bit before I do put on the ring, because there is an enemy in the tight corridor hallway, and the worst thing that can happen to us is we put it on too early, get killed by him by some random chance, and then we waste our ring and we're screwed. So I am swapping to the regular Black Knight Greatsword here, or not Greatsword, just the regular Black Knight Sword, because this is a really tight corridor, and regular attack with the Black Knight Greatsword would just bounce off the walls because it's a horizontal swing, which is annoying. Whereas at least with the Black Knight Sword, it's a vertical overhand. Good, so that's dealt with. We can go back to our Black Knight Greatsword. I don't know why I took an SS there, just too used to doing that, I guess. And now we're going to put on the ring. Yep, Ring of Sacrifice is on. And, oh yeah, okay, I'm going to put on, putting back on the Black Sword because there is actually a Crystal Lizard here, and I want the Twinklies. Because Twinklies make our weapon better. And again, trying to kill it in this hallway with a horizontal swing weapon is just not good. It won't work, we'll just bounce off the wall, so our only hope would be to do the running attack, and if we miss that running attack, then we've lost the Crystal Lizard pretty much. But whatever, that's fine. So we're back to normal. We're just going to stand here. Seath is going to stand there and attack us. We're going to go stand right in the middle of his attack to die as fast as possible. Boom. Hit us. See, you'll see that curse meter going up. We want to make sure that we take almost dead damage, but then we want to wait for the curse meter to go all the way down. Now I'm going to wait, and then I'm going to kill myself by running through a couple of those crystals, just because I didn't want to get hit straight on with the beam and then have all the crystals appear around me, and by some unlucky coincidence have it fill up that curse bar to then curse me. So there we go. We have all our souls still. We have our stuff. We're just going to put on, another ring. Doesn't really matter which. Artorias is fine because we actually still need that one. I don't think we're running through water anymore, so I'm not entirely sure why I put that one back on. But I mean, again, it doesn't matter. None of the rings that we have are going to do anything for us right now anyway. So here we go. We're in, and they trigger the thing to send everybody in. To send those octopus women at us. Now, if you really don't want to face the octopus woman, that's perfectly valid. You don't have to. You can just run back in, sit at that bonfire, and it will reset everything, and the horn will no longer be blowing, and you'll be fine. You can just run down and pretty much deal with those three enemies. I personally don't care. There's two advantages, really, to going after these blue women. The first is that they have a high likelihood of dropping humanity, which, I mean, is humanity, so it's great. I want to be a human. Are these human feelings? I don't know. The second reason is that if you kill every single blue woman and then you kill those 3 lizards up top and all this, I mean, I don't know the exact number of enemies you have to kill, but it's just what I've always done. If you do it that way, when you get out of the tower and you kill the first crystal dude, oh god, I'm gonna get stabbed in the head. Oh god, oh my head. But if you kill that first crystal soldier guy, you will get a humanity. Like not the item, but you will get, like, the humanity meter will go up by 1 every time. So I just do it that way because that's just what I do. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with always getting more humanity. I mean, it's just nice to have. It gives you that extra niceness for free heals, free full HP heals. Gets you your kindling for your bonfires. I mean, it's just great to have them. Beware that purple or the blue liquid they spew. It pretty much breaks all your crap. Good. So we got through that. Easy peasy. Nothing terrible going on just yet. I'd say we're maybe halfway. Just under halfway. That's including the DLC. If we weren't doing DLC, we'd be over half. And I got shot by lightning, which is great. Let's go smack her. Oh, turns out, okay, I thought she was going to die in 1 hit. She did not. That's unfortunate for us, because now we're still left with 3. And I don't feel confident with this. Annoying. Okay, let's just go kill her. Okay, she's out of there. Now there's just 2. And then there were 2. And they're just chilling by themselves. These are clearly hero lizards who do not die with 1 attack. Great, getting hit. Perfect. It's almost like I'm not good at fighting, pointless mobs. Who would have thought? Anytime. Oh god. Heal! I'm just being generally bad. Important thing to note, just about backstabbing in general. You have to give yourself a bit of leeway, or else it won't register. And what I mean by that is, if you are holding up your shield and you go behind them and then you hit attack, hoping for a backstab, you're not going to get it. You have to give yourself an extra heartbeat of a time when you're pretty much open to getting hit. So you have to lower your shield, wait a tick, and then do the attack to try to get the backstab. You can't just do it from safety of a shield. And I was just doing that really poorly right there. But yeah, so that's one of the tricks for backstabbing. If you've ever gotten into a situation where you're like, that was a backstab, I was clearly behind him, why didn't I hit him, why didn't he die? The answer is, oh, it turns out that you were still holding up your shield and you didn't give yourself enough of time for, you know, of being, you know, open to attack before it could register to allow you to get a backstab on him. So there you go. Super secrets, which you probably already knew. And because you pretty much learn it just by doing it, but whatever. Okay, so here we go. We've killed all those dudes. We're all happy, joyful. We're going to climb up here. We're going to use our key. We're going to open the door. We're going to kill that one guy, and we're going to get our one humanity. And then we're going to run off and go try to deal with Seath. So the route that I'm probably going to end up taking, because it's the way I usually do it, at least for new characters, when it's a character I've already got everything neat on it, in like a new game plus or something, I can just do whichever order I want. But it's going to probably be Seath. Yeah, here he is. Once I kill him, wait for it. And there it is. Yep, got the humanity. Always happens. I don't know why that one's just always there. I'm gonna do Seath, and then I will probably save Nito for last. So I'll probably do... It doesn't really matter which order for this, but I'll either do the Witch, and then I'll do the Four Kings, or I'll do the Four Kings, and then I'll do the Witch, and then I'll do Nito last. The only reason why I'm doing it this way is that I want to make sure that I get the bug hat to give me light when I'm down in the Tomb of the Giants, or whatever it's called, where you face Nito. I know that when you actually watch people like runners and all this, they have the pro strats of they can hug walls in the pitch blackness and pretty much avoid everything that way, and they also have a jump that they do in order to pretty much bypass all those lower corridors. But again, I'm not here to do skips like that where you need to, you know, have memorized an invisible route and where you can't see anything and then try to time your jumps there. I'm just here for whatever I find easy and convenient, and for me that is having a light hat so I can see and then I can maintain my weapon and my shield. So that's what I'm going to do. And the only difference it makes from anything normal is that it's going to change the route that I take, as in like the order in which I'm going to kill the bosses or the lords. There we go. We're just going to avoid some mage magic, some channeler magic, running in a circle, hoping I won't get hit. Now we're going to go to this area here where there's the giant ladder, and the thing is I always end up waiting just for the first shot to go off, because I've had a lot of instances where I immediately run to the ladder, and then right before I can start sliding down, he'll always shoot me in the head, and it's just really annoying when that happens, so I just let him take his first shot, and then I'll run to it. I am going to sit at this bonfire. I'm going to kindle to 10 just to be safe, because I'd rather have 10 Estus here, you know, running through the Crystal Cake caverns, you know, trying to avoid all that annoying garbage, than, you know, only deal with 5 and then humanity only. Especially because, as I said earlier, when we were facing off against ONS, I'm not using DS Fix anymore, and when Seath does his crystal attacks, it hits my frame rate really hard, and it's just really bad. We're once again just going to pull the lever. Boop! And we're going to run through. The rest of this part all the way up to Seath is pretty much easy. I mean, if you've seen this before, you probably know the routes through. If you don't, well, just copy what I do, I guess. You have your invisible walkways. They're kind of annoying. One hilarious thing to mention about this route in particular is that the devs actually put in messages themselves that are designed to screw you over and make it so that you fall to your death. So first one here is I'm just going to run through on the left, and it will let me get a humanity, because again, there's no reason to never not grab a humanity. The upside on them is just so high. because they're so versatile and they help you out just with everything. So here are the ones, these messages that are pretty much put in by the devs, and they're designed to make you want to continue forward along the path, especially that third one, and it ends and you fall to your death. Haha, funny joke, devs. Now I'm gonna drop down here, and there's like three crystal lizards, and it'll give me a whole bunch of twinklies. Luckily I was able to kill all three. Even if you only kill one or two, it's great. I mean, it's free twinklies, and we don't need tons. Another great thing about just doing the Black Knight weapons is that you don't need a lot of materials. You can easily get them as you play. So, now the tricky part. When you're dealing with Seath, there is no fog gate initially, which creates a situation when you're facing off against these clamshells. It's possible to have some of them come into the room with you. An easy way to fix this is you come in here, get your cutscene, and then once it's been activated the first time, you can just exit the game. Well, not exit the game, but yeah, exit and re-enter. And that'll put you outside of the fog wall, and the fog wall will now be there, and so then it'll be impossible for any of the clams to come in. I don't care tons. I mean, if I die, I die. Seath is overall pretty easy. There is a clam here, which is annoying. Important thing to note is Seath will actually hurt the clam. Ow, okay, get smacked in the face. Yeah, Seath will actually hurt the clam. His attacks hurt it, so you can kite it into attacks if you really want to help you out. Oh god, yeah. When the crystals explode, it just destroys my frame rate. Oh my god, it's the worst. Oh wow, that was special. But yeah, Seath, relatively easy boss. The way that I choose to deal with him is I just do a running attack towards him. The way it will generally work is he will do a outer attack while you run in, so it'll miss you entirely. And then even if you want, you can hit him again. And then he'll do an inner attack because you're close to him. So then you run away, you run out, see? And you just alternate that back and forth, and you'll pretty much just always be able to kill him. The only thing you actually need to watch out for is if he chooses to do an attack where he shoots a beam down the middle. And if you see that he's going to do a beam down the middle, well, then you veer to the left or right. And yeah, so you're just going to do hit and run tactics, go in, and then leave. I mean, here you'll see I'm a bit stupid and I stayed close to him even though he did a close attack, but it's not a huge deal. And then I'm going to run away so I don't get cursed, take extra damage, and of course then my frame's going to get hit by crazy by exploding crystals. Great. And then we're just going to sit here and finish him. There. And no more Seath. I was victorious. Yeah, just repair, because why not? I mean, you don't have to repair. There's no harm in it, but you don't have to. And now we're going to go to Firelink. And once we're at Firelink, we now get our first choice. Well, I mean, technically we had 3 choices regardless from the start, but I just do Seath because it's easier for DLC purposes. And that was me loading in because, believe it or not, I did this across 2 days. Yay, 2 days. And I am dumb. So, the reason why I teleported Undead Parish here is I figured that before I went into, the next 2 lords, before I then deal with the final lord of Nito, I would show where to go and get the, the last Black Knight, if you didn't know, and also the arrows/bow. It's kind of out of the way. I mean, you really don't even have to go this way if you don't want to, but it gives me another shot at getting the Black Knight shield, and I can't express just how good the Black Knight shield is because it has 100% physical defense, and I think it's 95% fire defense. And the fire defense, while it doesn't really matter for anything until Gwyn,
when you get up against Gwyn is just it's amazing to have. It's something that I personally, because of the way I do the fight with him, because I'm not great at parrying him, I need to have it. And it also gives me the opportunity to get the Black Knight Halberd. Now, I am kind of locked in to my Black Knight Greatsword already, because I think it's still at +2. But I mean, the Black Knight Halberd is just so much better than the Greatsword. It's not even funny. Especially because the running attack on the Black Knight Halberd is just great. Like, it's really fast. It almost feels like it's glitched. But yeah, here's the bow and arrows. I mean, you get the hunter gear, but it'll give you some extra arrows if you feel like you might need them, if you're not confident with using archery on the witch as well as on the one other NPC that we're going to kill. But yeah, and so we just run down here in order to fight the Black Knight. Boop, there he is. Hey dude, you're awesome. Please give me your Black Knight Halberd. Pretty please, and no, we just got a chunk. We also get the Crest Shield here. It's a good shield. It gives you stamina regen. I'm not going to use it because while I do love stamina regen, I mean, why wouldn't you? It's an amazing thing for one of the best stats, pretty much the best stat in the game. It's also, oh my god, think of words. Words are hard. Oh, it just doesn't give me the defense that I want to be able to block attacks. For me personally, I just prefer to not take damage. And I mean, that's personal preference. If you feel like, you're not going to need any defense at all when you're doing it, if you can just do your dodge rolls the whole time, then by all means, go for it. Now, the thing is that initially I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my god, I'm an idiot. I came all the way down here with a stupid plan, because I would usually come down here later after I've already killed the 4 lords, and I was going to teleport out the only reason I lit that bonfire is I was going to teleport out, and then I realized, oh, wait a second, since I'm already down here, I may as well go activate the DLC. Now, the nice thing is that we Seath first, and by doing Seath first and killing that blue golem, and it gave us the pendant, the broken pendant, it activates the portal which takes us into the past and lost Oolacile and all that for the DLC. So we're just going to run all the way down here, we're going to activate the portal, we're going to hit the DLC, we're not going to do it yet, because normally I'd be doing this run down here after I'd already killed all the four lords. I was doing the 4 lords first, but I figured I'm already down here because I wanted to show off that Black Knight Halberd. In the really unlikely chance that you've reached, right when we're going for Moonlight Butterfly, way back in the day, all that hour and a half ago, and you still don't have a Black Knight weapon from killing all those Black Knights, well, Black Knight Halberd there is pretty much your last chance. So, that being the case, and me having failed at getting it, there's really no more Black Knights nearby, or that I'm going to reach anytime soon. So I'm just going to completely upgrade it as far as I can. +5 is max, with all the twinklies that I got, and now we're going to just go face the last couple lords. Pardon me. So you've seen this all before. Just to note, the first time that I went down, I probably mentioned it then, but I did send the elevator back up. You should always want to send the elevator back up. There's no reason to not. Worst case scenario, you die, you don't have to wait for the elevator to come back. Even if you don't die, well, it's nice to have here for this part of the game. And, yeah, it's just a good habit to have, is just always send elevators back up. So yeah, we're going to go do the witch first. I just prefer to do the witch before we do the 4 kings, because 4 kings are iffy. I don't really like fighting 4 kings. It's not a great fight. Even though, when you have weapons like we are going to have, they're going to be easy. Well, not I say easy, but of course, knowing me, I'll probably end up screwing them up. But they'll take a lot more damage than they would in normal, just a regular playthrough of whatever you're doing. But I prefer to have all the extra stats that I can get before I'm forced to face off against them. So for something like the Witch of Izalith, it's a gimmick fight, but so your stats aren't super important for it. So it's better just get that one out of the way now, get all those extra souls, and then we can just move on to the 4 kings. Now here's the thing, I have yet to lose any of my souls. I haven't lost any of them. If anytime I died, I was able to get them back. And, for a regular person doing a playthrough of the game, they're probably going to end up losing souls. But that doesn't really matter, because I don't really kill anything else aside from the bosses. So if you're doing a regular playthrough and you're running through and you're killing enemies like normal, or if you're just not confident, you know, running past enemies left, right, center, whatever, and you're killing those enemies, that's fine. If you lose those souls, that's fine. The only thing that I urge you to make sure that you don't lose is that when you kill bosses, you use those souls before you do anything else. Make sure that you use those boss souls for whatever, for levels up, for, you know, buying your items like the crest key if you need it because that's 20,000, or upgrading your weapon. Make sure you use those before you take any risky action that could have you losing those souls. Because those are the only souls that you really need in order to be able to beat this game, and even beat it easily. Because that's all I've really done. I haven't really killed many enemies by themselves aside from, you know, like the Black Knights. But the souls that I've been getting from the bosses are more than enough to get me into a position where I'm pretty much guaranteed to win. So even if you want to, you know, scrape corners and go through an entire area, an entire level, that's fine. If you do, you know, 90% of an area and then you die and you lose, and then you go back and you die again and lose all those souls, don't worry about it. It's fine. You don't even have to bother grinding anymore, because so long as you can get in and kill the boss and then use those souls, you're going to be up in the long run. The only thing is that if you end up having a lot of trouble with a particular boss, you might be sitting there like, oh man, I need to grind out, you know, some souls to get some levels on this guy, and that's fine too. There are many videos for good grind spots. I know the first time that I ever played Dark Souls, I ground out levels like crazy with the NPCs in the forest, the cat forest. I mean, it was really stupid of me, like, in the long run. It wasn't super necessary. At the time, I didn't like the fact that I had to rely on stats so much, so I focused primarily on pyromancy, because all you needed to do was level up your glove and then everything else was fine. So I literally sat there for like 2 hours grinding out those thousands of souls to max out my pyromancy glove. And that, whatever, if that's what you want to do and if that makes you happy, I'm not going to say no. That's what I did, and it's fine. I mean, I don't do it anymore because I don't need to. Also, getting pyromancy stuff is just too much of a hassle for me, because then you have to, you know, get the items for upgrades, and you have to make sure you get the glove if you didn't start as a pyromancer. Also, back there, quick note, back there that I just went past, beware that hole on the right. I've fallen through there so many times it's not even funny. Because you just forget it's there. It's always the little things that get you. And because I'm human, I'm about to get invaded. But yeah, but if you need to grind out levels for some reason, if you're having a lot of trouble somewhere and, you know, you're sitting there and you're like, you know what would make me happy instead of hitting my head against a wall? I just want to grind out levels and get, you know, some extra health, or, you know, get maybe some extra levels for strength, maybe boost up my damage or something. A good one to go for is an early one that you can get to. It's not hard to get to it. Is just the cat forest. And I'm sure you can find a video on YouTube. Essentially, all you do is you end up hugging against a wall, like right under the staircase, and then all those NPC guys will run up the stairs, try to land on top of you, and they'll run off the edge and fall down the cliff and die. And you can just run back up, hit the bonfire, and do it all again. So now we're killing. Oh god, I got grabbed. Oh god, no, please, nice. One thing that I wish the game told me earlier, which I don't think they ever tell you, and I only learned it by chance, I'm pretty sure. Like, I think I was watching a random YouTube video, I don't know which, and when they mentioned it, when you get grabbed, and even now I'm not even 100% sure on it, so I always hit all four. If you spam the buttons and the triggers on your controller, that's how you escape from a grab. They never tell you this. So for the longest time, anytime I got grabbed, I would just sit there while it chomps me on my head over and over and over, and I would die, and I hated it. The worst was in the depths, when you have the slimes fall from the ceiling, because they do next to no damage, and I would just sit there being like, are they going to let me go now? Are they going to let me go now? And I would be sitting there for, 15, 20 seconds while I slowly die, and then I'd die, and I was like, this is hot garbage, what the heck's going on? Turns out, you need to spam trigger or button in order to make sure that they let you go for the grab. Never tell you. Really helpful information. So anyway, we managed to run past all those guys. They're really slow. This is probably the worst area in the whole game, just because they ran out of money and time. So, which is why you end up fighting the same enemies over and over, including the same bosses over and over, as well as earlier bosses becoming now regular enemies. And I mean, it happens. I mean, call it what you will.
It's not the best. Kind of sucks, but I mean, no game's perfect. So we're once again facing off against one of these guys. Literally the exact same attacks as the Asylum demon from the second time we're going through. Except he's fire now, so I guess he does more damage because he's a fire demon. But the way he fights isn't different at all. The only thing that you need to watch out for, and it doesn't really happen too often, I don't think. It hasn't really happened to me yet. But what happened just right there when he does that back step, and then what he'll do is he'll do a back step, and then he'll do his front attack, which does the really big force field attack, which hurts you a lot. The one thing to watch out for is sometimes he will do that back step twice. And if he does that twice, it can be really hard unless you're already running at him when he does the first one, to then go after him for, like, to continue on for the second one, and then you don't get hit by the force field. The other thing that can be really annoying is he can do that back step into the wall, and then it's hard to get behind him, and because obviously it's hard to get behind him, he's against a freaking wall, and then you could get hit and killed. It's really annoying. Not much you can do about it. I mean, if you have a better shield, for example, if you had the Black Knight shield, you can then have your shield up just for safety, and you'll still take quite a bit of damage, but you should actually be able to survive. Just a couple things to take note of. So now we're going to go up against Centipede Demon. I fight him in a stupid place, because I'm stupid, and it's pretty much, you know, a place where everyone goes to fight him nowadays. But back when I was first starting, when you go through here, you're going to see me go over a small pool of lava and then a big pool of lava. So here's the small pool. If you hug this wall and then continue to your right, you're going to have to run over a bunch of lava and probably take a crap ton of damage. Oh god, and I'm dead. But if you continue to the right, you can go, and there's literally an entire area, including a wall there, a nice platform for you to fight him at. He'll come to you, you don't have to worry. But it gives you a lot of leeway for running back and forth and not having to deal with him too much. Like, the platform that I'm going for is surrounded by lava and it's really thin, so you don't have much in the way of movement capabilities. But I mean, I just do it because it's faster nowadays, and also that's just what I'm used to now. But yeah, if you want to be extra safe, it's perfectly valid to just continue along the right hand wall. You're gonna want to make sure you heal up to full before you start to run across that pool of lava, but you should be able to make it. You'll take a lot of damage, but he'll be so far away it won't really matter. There we go, I avoided it this time, and I'm just going to heal up. And then he should come onto the lava here, and we'll just fight him. Now, what I should be doing, which I'm not doing, because I'm stupid right now, and also because I'm bad at getting landed on top of... Oh god. Oh dear. I'm in trouble. Don't panic. Maybe I should have panicked a little bit. Okay, I just got smacked twice. What I should be doing is I should be going near his feet. He does a lot of stomps, but the stomps are easy enough to avoid. And for some reason I'm sitting on his chest, and I don't know why I'm trying to get at his chest. Maybe I just like his chest a lot. Who knows? Maybe I want to be grabbed and embraced by his chitinous chest? I don't know. Mandible chest? His mandible chest? Whatever. Point is that I'm being really dumb. So let's try to not be dumb for once. Over the first one. Let's go for the second one. Took a lot of damage, but I managed to avoid his first swing. Now you can cut off his tail, and if you manage to cut off his tail before during the fight, you'll get the ring early. You can also cut off his big arm. The first thing, yeah, there we go, his feet. The first thing to notice about when you do cut them off, though, is that they do separate, and it doesn't just like die. I think the tail still dies, but if you cut off his front arm, it then becomes pretty much a little thingy, an enemy, which can hit you. So you might want to hit it again, just to make sure it dies. I find it really rare to personally cut off his arm, but yeah, just stay at his feet. You didn't even get to see him do the stomp there, but he'll do like... I honestly can't even remember the order right now. It's like 1, 2, 1, 1, I think, or something like that. I can't remember. Point is that just stay near his feet and then run away if he tries to do a stomp. He will also jump in the air. When he does the first jumps in the air, you can just move away. It's fine. When you hurt him a bit more, he'll do a lunge in the air and then throw a force field ball down, and then he lands. So you just stay pretty far away. Easy-ish. I say as I died twice really stupidly, but that's okay. He will give you the orange charred ring, which is what I've already put on, and that'll save you from lava damage. It will, of course, hurt your armor. You can't stop that. It'll constantly be dealing damage to your armor, but overall it's not a big deal. And it's super easy to repair. Like, at this point, you're just sitting there and you're like, I have thousands of souls that I can't use because, you know, a one level now costs me God knows how many souls. But, so yeah, so just use them to repair, or not. Again, you don't really even need to bother repairing. I'm picking up these souls just on the off chance that at some point I might need them. They're nice to have, especially if you get into a situation where you're like, oh god, I was really unlucky, especially in this area when you face those many tentacled, many-eyed little creatures. They shoot out things that can help break your armor. And if you ever end up in a situation where your armor's now broken or your weapon's broken and you don't have any souls because you just died and lost them all when your stuff was broken, you can then be like, okay, quick, I'm going to pop this one soul that I picked up at some point for like 5,000 souls, and that'll repair my weapon for me so I'm not, you know, completely SOL. But yeah, so pretty much we're just going to avoid all these dinosaur butts, the worst enemies in the game. Everyone will remember when the game first came out. If you kill them now, they just die. When the game first came out, if you killed them, they respawned. It was not a fun area. It was the worst. It was actually what caused me to first go get a bow, so I could shoot poison arrows at them. It was just the worst. Like, it was, I think I got poison arrows, I can't remember. It was literally just the worst. Super unfun, and then they changed it. Again, as we already said, this area is when they ran out of money, pretty much, and were forced to release the game. Which, I mean, for good or ill, it actually ended up okay, because it meant that when they came out with the next games, because everyone really enjoyed these ones, they were able to put more resources into, you know, the sequels, and so we didn't end up with as many problems as this one. Okay, so anyway, we're just going to run through this normally, and we're going to completely bypass the boss for now. I am going to kill the witch of, the one sister of Izalith, or whatever she is, over here. Just because, you know, why wouldn't I kill this sister of Izalith? She's right there, she's annoying. She uses fire magic at you, like firestorms and whatnot. So the best thing to do is just charge her. Don't be scared of her, just charge her straight on. It's your best bet to actually hurt her. Yeah, she will try to avoid you, but her attacks take quite a while to actually get off, so you should be able to kill her in time. Important thing to note that if you are human, and not hollow like I am right now, at this point, you will be invaded by Kirk, the guy I fought earlier. He'll made you here again, so that, again, but he's relatively easy. The only annoyance is if he rolls into you and then he does a little bit of damage because his armor hurts you. So the only reason we're running across here, I haven't talked to Solera at all this entire run, because, I mean, I don't need to. I'm not using helpers helping the helpless at all. So I'm just here to pretty much avoid all this stuff. And I just want to kill the one bug that will, oh god, please no, please no! Oh no, okay, that wouldn't let me roll. That was unfortunate. I don't know why it wouldn't let me roll through the second one. I just had to sit there and die. Great. So, we're gonna get back to start. What are you guys doing? Getting into trouble. It's fun getting into trouble. Man, remember that commercial? What are you guys doing? Getting into trouble. It's fun getting into trouble. Oh my gosh, I'm so now. But yeah, the only reason I'm going there is I want to kill the single bug. He's the one that's lit up red. If you don't know which one it is, just kill all the little bugs. They don't attack you. They're really easy to kill. And he will give me the sunlight helm. And that will give me a light source for when I'm going through the tomb, which I've already said earlier. And the only reason I really want it is because I do not want the skeleton lantern. If you go and talk to Patches, I don't even know if his name's Patches in this game. He exists in pretty much all the Souls games as a nice little thing. Is he Patches in this one? I don't remember. But he'll kick you off, and then you can get a Skull Lantern, which you have to have equipped in your hand. You can also get a Skull Lantern from the Necromancer guys in the Catacombs. It's a small likelihood of a drop, but it can drop for you, so that can happen. I just don't like using it. I don't like having it instead of a shield. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's better than nothing. But if you can get the Sunlight Helm, then you just don't even have to worry. You can keep your shield and your weapon, and you can just have that on your head and you'll have light. And then the skies opened up and Gwyn said, "Let there be light." And then he set you on fire and you died because he's a dick. Anyway, we're back here. We're trying to avoid lightning. Trying to avoid this stupid Titanite demon that hurt my soul. It's in my heart, it's in my soul. I don't know any more words to that song. And let's try to avoid. I'm just zigzagging because I don't want to get struck by lightning from behind. There is another, as you can see, another crystal lizard here. If you can get it, sure. I mean, why not? There's no harm in not getting it. If you need the twinkly Titanites, I mean, it's great. Twinkly Titanites. Yeah, so here's all the little bugs. We're just going to go straight to the one that is at the far back. You can see it's lit up a bit more red. And boom, Sunlight Maggot Helm. We're set. We have now pretty much gotten every item that we need to get, aside of course from the Black Knight Shield, which I'm probably just not going to get. So now we're running off, hunky-dory, happy, joyful people. We're going to run all the way back, and we're going to go face the Gimmick Boss. Gimmick Bosses suck. They're not fun. They're not interesting. There's always been a couple Gimmick Bosses, or at least like one Gimmick Boss at this point. If you remember Demon Souls, that oh god, I get crushed on. Good, thank you, dude. Now I'm scared. Lightning, don't lightning me, bro. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god, I almost ran off the edge. Good job, me. But I at least avoided lightning. Let's just get up here so we can heal. But if you remember Demon Souls, the Dragon God boss, it's a gimmick fight. You have to move along, you don't really do anything, and then you just hit the buttons to activate the Bola stuff. They're not great fights, they're not super interesting gimmick fights, there's no real skill, like there's some skill, but you know, not usual Dark Souls type skill involved in it, and this is the gimmick fight. You pretty much have to destroy two portal things, then you just have to run down the middle and kill a bug. So the easiest way to do it is using a bow. I mean, the first one you can just run right there into it pretty much. The smart thing to do, which I'm going to try not to do, is you break the first protective layer, or whatever you want to call it. I'll just call it the orb. You break the first orb on the right, and then you exit the game and re-enter, and then we respawn you in front of the fog wall, and the orbs don't respawn. And then you slide back down, and then you do the left and shoot it with arrows, and then you enter and exit again, and then you go down the middle. I'm going to try to do it in one. I'll be honest, I'm not good at doing it in one. I rarely get it at all, because I'm bad. Also, I don't have it memorized, because, I mean, start and stop is also really easy. So, there's the first orb. Now I'm going to try to run through, and, oh god, nope. I already failed. The floor, because, yeah, the floor starts giving out on you, which is why when you have to run back, you have to avoid the swinging branch arms, you have to avoid, you know, the floor falling out. It means that I have to run all the way back, which is annoying, but at the same time, like, I honestly, I don't really care when it says. I recommend that you just exit and re-enter. It'll save you a lot of hardship, and like, running back isn't hard, it's just annoying. It's not like you're forced to fighting these guys. All the guys are slow. Your stone dragons that breathe fire, which is all they can do. They can only breathe fire. They're slow. Their fire is slow. They won't reach you. You only have to face one tentacle guy, and guess what? He's also slow and won't do anything against you. So you can run past everything, and then you just run back to the fog wall. So it's pretty much a minute of you just doing nothing for no reason. So just start and exit. Unless you really want to get it in one, but even then, if you screw it up, then, well, they can't get it in one. So there we go. So that's a third of it already dead. And when it comes to the second one, you'll see exactly where I go. And I mean, it's just, you know, you just learn it. You can just copy it. Doesn't matter. You're gonna follow the wall on the right. You don't want to go into the middle because that's where the floor is gonna give out on you. And we're just gonna go near a pillar, and you're pretty much safe from all attacks when you get there. And you're just gonna shoot the orb with your bow and arrow. Now, this is one of the things where if you aren't very good at using your bow, or if you just get unlucky and you can't really see where you're supposed to be shooting, this will come in and help you. Because the way it's going to work is, as you can see, we're following the wall. The floor is still going to fall out on us, but because we're against the wall, it's not a problem. So you slide here, go around, and there's the orb. We're just going to go a bit in front. And now we're just going to aim. Now, it's kind of hard to see what I'm aiming at, and if you aren't sure what I'm aiming at, just aim in that general vicinity. I'm not exactly aiming directly at, you know, the orb thing that you're supposed to break, because I need to make sure that I break all those little make sure they break all those little branches that are supporting it first. So there we go. It broke. We broke all the little branches, and then we broke that. So now we're over here, and we're chilling. And this is the dangerous attack. Oh god. That will one-shot you pretty much. It's super spooky and scary and not fun to deal with. Now if I was smart, I would enter and exit again, but I'm not, so I'm dumb. And at this point, I'm running to see if I can get my souls back. Because I think I had like 50,000, which I lost, and I don't see them. Where are my souls? What the? Where are my souls? Hello? Hello? Okay, so I lost all my souls. Again, not the biggest issue, but that was weird. My souls should have been there. Am I blind? I couldn't see any green. Maybe it was in the barrier? But I mean, the barrier disappeared. I should have been able to see inside. I mean, it's fine. I pretty much have everything I need. So just losing those bit of souls isn't the end of the world. I mean, it might have cost me a level in the long run, but at this point, levels don't mean much. That's the main thing, is that once you reach this point, again, this is the point from like not even halfway through the game, is I was pretty much set. The only thing I've done between like right before O and S and now, aside from, you know, another couple pointless levels, which gave me extra endurance or health, and of course upgrading my weapon to +5, is that I put on a piece of armor. A single piece of armor. Like, that's it. Or two pieces of armor. And I mean, even that's not a huge, it's not a huge thing. I'm not getting huge defense bonuses from it. I'm getting some, obviously, but not tons, and it's not really affecting anything. So again, it's not the biggest deal. Like, I know it sucks when you lose, you know, souls. I mean, I've literally had situations where I've lost over 1 million souls. But, I mean, that's on my character who's on New Game Plus, God knows, like, plus 16. Who knows? I don't know. I don't have it memorized. But yeah, so they don't really matter. Once you break over the plateau, it's fine. So, okay, here's... Oh, God. Okay, first I'm going to get hit. That's unfortunate. But here's how it's going to work, and how this approach works. You run towards that circle in front of you, and you want to look at at the arm on the right. So that one will always swing first, and then he swings the second one. The second one is when you want to, like, after he swings the first one, you want to start running in, because you want to follow that second arm in for when you do the drop. Oh god, this is actually really dangerous. Oh god, please, Firestorm, Firestorm, no. Okay, phew. That's the only danger once you're in here, is if he does Firestorm on you, and then you have to just try to get to it somewhere safe. Then you hit that and you're done. But yeah, you follow the follow-up arm in, because that means he won't do the first one again, and you can actually get in there and drop down. I will say there is if you do it a bit too fast, I've had situations happen where you saw that weird beard kind of thing, which is, I don't know why, but it's kind of beard-like. I have had instances where as she's resetting into position and her beard kind of like goes across the entryway, I've had it catch me and then drag me off the edge. So if you want to wait till the beard's back, you know, in its original set position, then that's fine too. So yeah, so now we're putting on their Artorias ring. Please don't forget that ring. I've forgotten it more times than I can count, and it means that when I've dropped down to face 4 kings, I just instantly die, and then I feel really stupid. But remember, we always send the elevator up. Hooray, the elevator's up. And now we're just going to go face the 4 kings. So it is 100% possible to just straight run through pretty much everything. I'm not going to, because, you know, while I don't, you know, I don't fight a lot of things, I do fight some things. And in this particular situation, I'm going to be fighting just a couple ghosts. I mean, the first 4 that I'm going to fight, I don't have to fight them at all. You can literally just run past them, it doesn't matter. Even the 5th one I fight, you can just avoid. Essentially what I'm saying is you really only have to kill 1 ghost. I'm going to kill, I think, 6. But you really only have to kill 1. And I'll tell you which one it is. But if you want to be comfortable, you'll see that I just got the transient curses from that orb. Or from the vase, urn, whatever you want to call it. And that just means that just lets me hit the ghosts. Otherwise you can't hit the ghosts. There's only 3 ways you can hit the ghosts. One is if you're cursed. One is you can get a couple weapons which will let you hit cursed.
The downside, of course, to getting weapons that hit cursed is that, yeah, your weapon hits it, but you will not be able to block them anyway. There's no shield that lets you block cursed, and the third way is to use transient curses. Now, the first time I went through the game, I literally went and got myself cursed. I was super paranoid about, fighting ghosts, and I didn't want to run out of transient curses. I was really worried about that. So instead, I just said, screw it, I'm going to get my health halved in 2, and I just won't have to worry about it. And that's what I did. And only now am I okay with using transient curses. So this ghost right in front of me is the only one that you really need to kill, and that's because you can get kind of body blocked on it. Yeah. But yeah, so whichever way you're most comfortable with, probably the best. I mean, transient curses for what we're doing, we've just killed all the ghosts. We could have avoided that one too, but we've done them all. First important thing is, if you want, you can kick the ladder there. It's kind of dumb, but you need to make sure you run down this pathway, because if you're just walking, those ghosts from below will hit you. So this is really the only real NPC that we're going to kill. This is where you might need more arrows if you're bad at it. You see, I get a bit worried here because we want to hit him in the head because it will do more damage, and if he's running at us when you do it, you do even more damage because you do the counter damage, but you need to make sure you hit him 3 times first. And if you hit him 3 times in the head, there's a really slim, or 2 times in the head, there's a really slim chance that you'll push him out of sight. So just make sure that you hit him 3, you're able to hit him 3 times without him going out of sight, because then he'll aggro onto you and start running at you. He's not doing a full run at me yet. I mean, if I waited long enough, he would do a full run, which would increase my damage against him. But I have enough arrows on me that it's not a big deal. I don't need to worry about it. And you'll remember that we went into the basin again, and I picked up, I think, 30 more feather arrows. I'm currently still on my initial allotment of arrows that I got at the very beginning of the game. So that'll give me the key. And that means that I don't have to go into the building on my right, because then you have to climb up like a chimney, and there's a whole bunch of enemies there, and it's just really annoying. So that's really the only enemy that we're going to kill. Or not enemy, NPC really. It's the only one we're really going to kill. And if you don't like killing them, then you can go inside and climb up the chimney. It's really annoying, it's really difficult and hard, and it sucks. But you can. Honestly, the way I did it is just the best, easiest way to do it, most efficient. So now we're going to unlock this, and we're pretty much all set for 4 Kings. So we're going to run off this way, and then we're going to jump off the cliff. Now just make sure you wait a little bit before you do the jump, because you don't want to miss. I've missed before. And then you're going to land here, and you need to run into the gate, because there are some Wraith Keepers, or whatever they're called, that are coming in right behind you. Ghosts can float through into this tower, so you want to make sure that before you heal or anything, you do run down a couple stories, because then they'll de-aggro. And if you just stand at the fog gate you just walk through, they will float in and attack you. So we're going to heal up. We're going to make sure we have our Artorias ring on, so that we can go face... excuse me. So that we can face the 4 Kings. 4 Kings, bad fight. I don't like it. For some reason, 4 King, this pitch black area also affects my frame rate sometimes pretty poorly. I'm really bad at... I just don't. I can't dodge the magic that they use, so I just always tank it on my shield. I just say, whatever, I will tank the damage. I did put the Grass Crest shield on because I think it does a bit more magic defense, but I can't be sure because I didn't bother to check. I just assumed it does. Now, for the most part, he's easy to dodge. Like, all their attacks are easy to dodge. You always want to try to get a second attack while they're disappearing, because it can deal extra damage. But yeah, this is a fight where you just want to go as fast as possible, because the other ones... And more enemies will spawn as you fight. Oh god, yeah. One other important thing to note. The closer you are to him when you get hit, and as you can see I'm getting hit non-stop because I'm just being straight bad, the closer you are to them when you get hit, the less damage you end up taking. So you actually want to stay close if you're going to bother getting hit at all. So that's 2 of them down. If we're lucky, we can... Using the strategy that I did, it is entirely possible to kill them with 3 Kings and not have to deal with the 4th. But yeah, I just been around to try to see where he spawns, because I don't have their spawn points memorized, and I don't know where I am a lot of the time. Okay, and I thought I pressed dodge there, but I guess I didn't. I've had a couple issues. I don't know if it's just my controller or what. It's a pretty new controller where I've been pressing dodge, or at least I think I'm pressing, and I miss my attack, or I think I'm pressing dodge and it's just nothing's happening. But I don't know. It may just be weird. Oh god. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, I'm still alive. I'm the best. Please dodge. Thank you. Yeah, I'll take the hit again. Like, I don't care too much. See, I thought I dodged that. See, now, oh god, now I'm just paranoid that none of my dodges are going to work. Oh, come on, please just... I wasn't going to dodge that anyway. It's fine. Okay, come on. Oh god, see, more kings are spawning in on me, which is my own fault, and I missed, because of course I missed. Please, don't... Why? That's the one, and maybe I'm just bad at gauging where my, like, depth perception. I thought some of those attacks were fine, but they clearly were not. When he does this AoE attack here, he pretty much, to make sure you're out of its range, you have to do 2 fast rolls worth back. Yeah, just tank it on the shield. That magic one can legitimately just straight up kill you if it hits you. Supposedly, if you run like right in front of them, then it can miss, but I've never had that happen, so I don't really know. Maybe I'm just bad. I don't know. But there we go. I managed to do it in 3 kings. Technically, the 4th king was up, and it was a really awkward-looking fight. I don't know what was up with my controller. It doesn't really matter. Either way, so long as you grind through it, who cares how you win, right? I mean, that's what I figured. Okay, so that's 3 of the lords down. We only have 1 left, and that's Nito. Yeah, getting some random levels. Whatever. That's fine. And let's warp to Firelink, because we're going to go through Catacombs. So yeah, so this is the second and only other skip that I'm going to be using in this entire run, because, I mean, it's easy. And, I mean, if you really want to, you can go scrape through Catacombs. It's kind of annoying, because you have to pull some levers, push some levers, you go somewhere else, and patches are going to screw you over and try to make you fall, and it's just super annoying, and it's just straight up annoying. So instead, we pretty much bypass the entire Catacombs by just jumping off a ledge. And so long as you can press B, as long as you can move to a ledge and then press forward and B, you are fine. You can do it. Easy. As I said, the only thing you really need to be able to do the hardest skip that I do, which is the one before ONS, is just be able to jump. So God help you if you don't know how to jump. Well, if you don't know how to jump, then you can't get that Ring of Sacrifice in the first 5 minutes of the game, so let's hope. So this part is pretty much easy. I'm not going to bother killing anything because they all come back to life, because the only way to make sure that the skeleton's stated, there's 2 ways. One is you get a divine weapon, which I already covered earlier when I was facing off against the Moonlight Butterfly, where I said if you really want to, you can go get a divine weapon with, what's his face? You get a divine weapon and you get a divine ember, give it to Andre, and then you can get any weapon made divine. The second way is you kill the necromancer like I just did. That means that from now on, because necromancers do not respawn, if you kill a skeleton, it will not come back to life. That's the only necromancer we're actually going to be killing in this run, because I don't face off against any of them anymore. Like, you can run through the whole Catacombs and face after them. I'm going to come out here, and you'll see on my right, there's going to be a skeleton across, or a necromancer across the way. That little light there was the necromancer. Doesn't matter. There he just shot fire at me. Again, doesn't matter. I can avoid all these skeletons. It doesn't matter. Now we're just going to run right here. There it is. See? Position yourself and just roll off. That's it. You're going to land here. And that's fine. Hey, there. Everything's A-okay. I'm going to heal. You can do the full, like, triple roll without dying if you have, like, no armor on or something. I don't care enough about it. So I'm just going to be here. A skeleton followed me down. This skeleton will respawn. Or at least he should respawn because I didn't kill that necromancer. But I'm just going to heal, and I'm going to roll off again against the most dangerous enemies in the entire game, which are these rolling skeletons. And yes, they are the most dangerous. They will just destroy you and wreck your health in no time flat, so you just run for your life and aim for the fog wall. And now we're going to face the real hardest boss in the game. I don't even know his name. I don't think I've ever known his name. I don't know. Point is that he dies in 3 hits. So we're just going to rush him. We're going to try to kill him in 3 hits as fast as possible. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And okay, I got hit by one of his clones, but it didn't do enough damage to kill me, so we're all fine. And we win.
And we get one of 3 masks, and I don't remember which one that is, but it doesn't matter because I'm putting on the Sunlight Maggot Helm, which we got, as you remember, even though I died getting to it the first time. And this just gives us light, so we don't have to worry about anything while we're down here. In the Tomb of the Giants? Ancients? One of the two. Which one? Which one? Okay, I'm going to put $5 on Giants. Come on. Come on. Survey says... Yes, Giants, I'm the best. Yeah, so we're just going to drop down here. It's not a skip. You can take the regular path, I don't care. It's just a little slide. And then we only drop here because we get a humanity. So we're going to drop off, we're going to go to our left, and we're going to hit the bonfire. Good old bonfire. I really wish they'd made it so that you could teleport to this bonfire, or at least the next bonfire in Tomb, but you can't. So if you ever got to a point where you're like, I hate this place, I can't see anything I want, and then you Google and you find out you can get the Sunlight Maggot Helm, if you do teleport out, you have to run all the way back through the Catacombs to get back here, and it's really stupid, but whatever. So we just follow the wall, pretty much. We're going to follow this entire wall to the Fog Gate, and then we're just going to run to the next bonfire. And we're just going to go to the right in order to get to the bonfire, and everything will be hunky-dory. And oh god, I got hit by this guy. That's new. Yeah, I don't know why, but I mean, I've said it before, or you've seen it before, but sometimes enemies don't reset at bonfires. Like, remember at the very beginning when I went back to set at Firelink and then I went back up and that big guy in front of the Firekeeper Soul wasn't there? Oh god, I went to the wrong place. Oh god, I went to the wrong place for sure. Oops, I'm stuck. Oh god, please no, I made a mistake, I'm sorry. I don't want to be here. My bad, just let me leave. Let me leave, everything will be fine. Oh god, I can't see. Camera, please, can't see. Please, sir. No, bad. Oh god, and I'm blocked, okay. Scary. Oh, Black Knight fell to his death. Didn't get a Black Knight halberd, that makes me sad. Didn't get a Black Knight shield, also makes me sad. Okay, so I went the wrong way. But that's because I was thrown off by the Black Knight halberd. Yeah, so for some reason, that big Iron Knight and also Black Knight halberd did not reset when I sat at the bonfire. I don't know why, but that's just something that happens with my game. So there we go. I'm unlucky. Okay, so what's supposed to happen is I was supposed to drop and then go left and drop a little bit more and then go into this route. Here we go. And this will lead me to the bonfire. It all turned out okay. Wasn't a big deal, but here's the bonfire. Yeah, random level up doesn't really matter at this point. So, what we're doing now is because when we killed that 3-hit guy, I already forgot his name, it gives you the right of kindling. So it means that you can now kindle bonfires to 20 from 10, which was our maximum earlier. So for me personally, I didn't need to have access to 20 for any of the other 3 lords. Nito, I want to have 20 on hand just because I'm probably going to get hit a lot. He has 3 little skeleton ads, and then there's 2 big skeleton ads. I'm going to try my best to not trigger the big ones, because I don't really want to. But the other thing is that the 3 small ones are going to be bothering me the whole fight. Now, Nito will most likely be killing them as well, because Nito kills the skeletons, but they're going to just keep respawning the whole fight. Now, they shouldn't do too much damage to me, but just to be safe, I like having all the extra SS flasks. They're faster to use than humanities, and having 20 of them is just nice. So we're just going to follow this pathway all the way down. We're going to drop at the ladder. Because I'm human, it is going to spawn Paladin Jenkins? Leroy Jenkins? Let's do this, Leroy Jenkins. Anyway, there's also going to be a Crystal Lizard, but I'm probably not going to be able to hit him. Yep, bounced off. I knew it. Yep, lost it. Yeah, Paladin Leroy invades. Not going to bother fighting him. He doesn't really give me anything worthwhile. Like, if you want to kill him, by all means, it's a fine fight. Though you might fall off the edge and die, which is sad. But it's not worth my time. So we're just going to keep running past everything. We're going to face a lot more of those guys that we just killed as a boss. And now they're just regular mobs. Pick up Soul of Hero. Again, some of these souls, you don't really need them. I'm not really going to use them either. But they're just nice to have in the background in case some worst case scenario event happens where you really need, just like
1,000 souls here or there in order to fix up a weapon or fix up a piece of armor, and you just don't have it. And instead of having to go out and kill some random mob here or there, you can instead just pop a soul to get it. Okay, so first things first, I'm just going to stand here and wait. I'm going to sit and wait, and also I'm probably going to get hit by a sword from up above, because I'm really bad at timing my dodge on it. But I'm waiting for... yeah, there it is. Good. Because I'm waiting for the 3 skeletons to show up. Now, the best thing to do is just constantly backstab them, because when you're constantly backstabbing them, you do not get hit by Nito's sword through the ground because iframes, which is really nice. So the next thing is we're just constantly just going to be killing them while we wait for Nito to show up. Yep, sword up through the butt. Good, thank you, sir. Yeah, so I'm not playing the smart, like I'm not being super great at it. I'm pretty much just, you know, tanking all this damage. So we're just going to start smacking him. Hopefully his attacks are going to kill a lot of these little sword dudes. We're just going to keep using the shield. You notice I'm using a one-hand instead of two-hand. For the most part. It really depends on where I am. Like, I just swapped to 2 because, I mean, shield's not doing tons for me anyway. And if I am going to get him, I'm going to get hit. But what he's doing right there, you need to shield up. And you are still going to take damage. It will get rid of most of your shield, but that's pretty much just what you have to do. His miasma, you just got to tank it, and then you can run in and get some free hits. Try to dodge. You do have to be aware when you're trying to hit him, depending on what type of weapon you have, because if you only hit his cloak, you don't deal any damage to him. It just doesn't do anything. So we're just going to keep standing here. We're going to hope that he kills all the skeletons around him. No. And try not to, you know, bleed and get poisoned. And now his miasma, so always take out the shield when he's going to do miasma. Even if you don't have much stamina left, even if it breaks your poise, it's fine. Just out tank it. Make sure you just don't die. And then just, you know, just wail on him. Miasma. Killed his own skeletons. We're just going to heal. And run in and try to get some hits. Nope. Denied. Might be excused. Denied. Sit down. Thanks, Will Smith. Oh dear. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, if you ever get to a position where pretty much your whole health bar's gone, just use a humanity. I mean, we got a bunch for a reason. And there we go. Nito is dead. Right? You are dead. You're dead? You're dead? Yeah, you're dead. Okay, good. There, so we've killed all 4 lords, now we can just go hit the DLC. And we never had to deal with the big skeletons, which is good. Random levels up, because they don't really matter. And we're going to go to the Sanctuary. Here's another one of the bosses where I'm not happy with Black Knight Greatsword. Like, again, it's a great weapon. Like, I'm dealing like 500 damage a swing. You can't say it's not a good weapon. It's just not an ideal weapon for me. It's just the slow swing speed makes it that a lot of my attacks are going to miss. Generally against the Chimera, is that what it's called? This Chimera boss, as well as Artorias, just a lot of my attacks are going to miss because it's just such a slow swing speed. My opportunity to attack and get attacks in as a counter is really reduced because of it. Whereas if I was using the Black Knight Halberd, I'd just have a guaranteed hit. Or maybe even Black Knight Sword might even be better for this. It's still slow, but it's faster than Black Knight Greatsword. But, I mean, we'll see how we go. Again, I'm not going to complain too much because, again, just so much damage. So the attacks that I do hit with are just going to do a lot. This guy's kind of annoying to fight. Oh, yeah, just look at that damage. That's a lot of damage. I'm really nervous when I fight this guy. Not nervous so much as, you know, scared. Just the attack... Essentially, with all Dark Souls bosses, it comes down to which attacks do you want him to do. Pretty much any attack that he's ever going to do, there's an opportunity for you to, you know, attack back. But there's a very small amount of those attacks that I personally feel comfortable and confident in making sure that I get an attack on him with. Now, those are the attacks that I want to either attack back with counterattack on him or use as my opportunity to heal. So if I'm not confident with it, I don't want to heal during it. So for example, when he's shooting lightning at me right now, I don't feel super confident about it, and I do not want to heal during it. So I'm going to wait until he does something either that I'm comfortable with, either getting a free hit on him to heal, or, you know, I'll just literally just, you know, say screw it and smack him if I feel like being greedy. Now I do want to see, like, that right there is a great attack, and I'm not going to risk it. And because my damage is so great, I even managed to break the tail. That's just great. Then I got smacked. So that attack that he just did is really iffy, and I don't know. That's a good attack, but I don't know why it's like this. But I'm gonna give an explanation for how it works with me. If I'm doing a melee fight against him and he does that wing attack, I can then run in and hit him, and it's fine. However, when I am fighting him with my mage, if he does the wing attack and I dodge to the side like I do normally, and then I cast a spell against him, he will prematurely come out of the animation of finishing the attack and will then do a lunge at me and hit me. So while that's a good attack for melee, it does not work for me with magic, and I don't know if that's just because my game is weird or if that's for everyone, because again, there's no way for me to know. But I'm just telling you how it plays for me personally. Not really relevant for this, but if you do want to be a mage, something to be aware of. So he's a weak boss, easy to kill. I mean, if you want to go back, you can face 2 of them at once. Doesn't count as a boss fight, but I mean, it's there if you want it. So we all recognize this if you've ever watched my other video with all the stupid reading about, oh, this is level design. But yeah, so we're going to go left. Literally the same run that we do. If you see that guy at the gardener at the far side, you've gone too far. It's literally the exact same run from when we left Seath to go head for the Hydra. We're going to stay above the cliffside because it's going to avoid most of the enemies. And so where they avoided cats before, we're now avoiding gardeners and stone guys. And we're just going to drop down. Kalameet's going to come say hello. There he is. Look at him. Hello. And we're just going to run across. And our entire goal here is just to run to the shortcut. And then we're going to face off against Artorias. There's going to be another crystal lizard. Give her a kill. Why not? Again, there's no reason to not have more twinkles. If you get lucky and, late game, for some weird reason, when you're down in Tomb of the Giants, you got Black Knight Halberd. Hey, if you have, 8 more twinkling Titanites and you really don't like your current weapon, well, being able to get your Halberd to +4 might be better than whatever you're using currently. I mean, honestly, having it +3 is probably better than what you're using currently anyway. But yeah, so it's just, if you see them there, go for it. Now, I say that, but there are like 3 right in front of us and to our left. Avoid those, because their entire goal is to make you veer off and go towards the left, and there's just a bunch of enemies there and a bunch of stone giants, and they just want to smack you in the face repeatedly over and over and over and make you cry. And we're not being risky. The whole point of this is just be fast, efficient, and safe. We're not doing super risky strats, we're not doing anything. All of our risk was front-loaded at the beginning of the game, doubly so because I screwed up in getting the Drake's tail, or the Drake's sword, by getting rid of the Dragon's tail. And so now we're just going to be safe and leisurely. You'll notice that I finally decided to check which mask I got, and I got the good one. Mask of the Child increases your stamina regen. So it's the best of the 3 masks that you can get. Honestly, it's not super major if you get Mask of the Child or not. It's just nice to have. So now we're facing off against Artorias. And now this is the fight that I'm most worried about. Just because we're at a situation where my attacks are really slow. And Artorias is just so fast. So this fight, you want to be extra safe. See, that's a good attack. The lunge is a good attack to go for. You're not necessarily always going to hit, because as I said, I'm now really slow, and his ability to attack back's really great. But our major attacks that we're going to go for to get free hits on him are going to be his lunge. They're also going to be over the slow overhead swing right there. And it's also going to be his other backwards one. Now, I just took a stupid thing there. I'm not going to attack when he does the cartwheel flip, because he has the chance to do between 1 and 3, and you don't want to attack on number 2
and then, you know, have nothing happen. But yeah, that's a good attack to go for. As you'll remember, I said those same attacks where I like to get hits are also good ones to heal. You don't want to heal during attacks that you wouldn't normally want to attack him on, because if you can't get a hit on him, then chances are you're not going to be able to get a heal off anyway. And your best case scenario when that happens, well, I mean, best case scenario is you get your heal off, no problem. Medium case scenario is you get a heal off, but he hits you at the same time, so you pretty much break even. And worst case is, well, he hits you for more than you heal. So the whole thing with Artorias is what you saw just there, is he will run away from you at a certain period of time, and he'll try to buff himself. And that gives him damage reduction, increased damage, and it's just not fun to face off against him. It's not a permanent buff. Oh god, double swing is bad. That's not good. It's not a permanent buff, but it's pretty easy to break. Now, because I have Black Knight Greatsword, I can break his poison in one running attack, which is really nice. Usually for regular weapons, it's a 1 to 3 hits to break his poison on that. But yeah, so honestly, what I would have preferred is I would prefer to be able to hit him twice rather than one running attack, just to be done with it. And you'll see what happened right there is I tried to put my shield up and then do a dodge, but because this game does queue up attacks, I didn't get the roll off. He hit my shield, and luckily I had the shield up like I said I always do, which took away all my poison, and then once I recovered I did the roll, which I'd queued up way earlier, which is fine. So yeah, so there's him trying to buff up. Luckily running attack will break his poison 1, but there's no point to me trying to go for second swing, because he will just counterattack me, and also my health is really low at this point. So there's one attack, which is a good one to heal with. Didn't turn out great for me, but I mean, again, you break even, so it's fine. In fact, I think I got a little bit more than I lost. Oh god, that double swing attack is super dangerous. I'm just lucky that I'm not dead. So swap to humanity to make sure that if it goes off, if I get a good attack with him, then I can heal up. Yep, there's the good one. I'm going to do this, and even if he hits me, nope, he rolled away. See? Perfect. So now I get my running attack to break his poise. Boom. Perfect. And there's another good attack, try to get a swing on. You'll notice I'm staying one-handed now. It's just not worth it to go for 2. My swings are so slow anyway. Sometimes my best bet, instead of trying to get a dodge off, is just to be able to get my shield up to block a hit. Even if it breaks my poise, there's a chance I can get away afterwards. So it's fine. Oh, almost done, dude. Almost done. Come on. Oh god. My swing is so slow. It's just so slow. And Hadouken! Shoryuken! Yeah, I risked that second attack, but I mean, even if he hit me, as long as I got the hit off, it didn't matter if he was dead. So there we go. Artorias is down. 2 bosses to go. In the DLC, that is, of course. So now you'll see me do the same strats that I did in that other video that I put up, which is just how to run through here quickly and efficiently. I'm probably going to kill, a couple things here and there, just because I don't want to deal with them and bother with having them chase me down from behind. I'm not going to kindle the bonfire. I mean, the one I want to kindle is the one right before Manus anyway, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, we're just going to start the big run. Running. Yeah, we're going to drop down here. There is the mage right there, and then just try to avoid. If you get hit by her Black Ball of Doom, it's fine. Move around that. That's a mimic in front of you right there. It's not super important for anything. Just keep dropping, and we're going to keep running. I'm going to kill the 2 guys here. There's one to my right, and there's one straight ahead. We're going to try to get the one on the right first. Easy. Didn't get the backstab off. Doesn't matter. And now the one that I ran around initially is coming back for me, but I've also accidentally triggered the first one. Okay, or I mean the one in front. Not a huge problem, honestly. There. Now the Chester is spawned in because I'm a human at the moment. He will generally stop on that bridge that I initially ran past, and he'll shoot his quarrels at you. Not great, but I mean, he won't follow you all the way down, so it's fine. She's dead. Here's a funny thing that you can do, is you can attack the wall right in front of you, and it will kill an enemy on the other side. How convenient. Not necessary, but who cares? It's pretty much a free kill. So we're just going to keep running in the decrepit Oolacile. Dun dun dun. And we're going to veer off to the right to go up the stairs. Hooray! And then we're going to have to kill an enemy at the top over here once we go up the staircase. He just pretty much sits there. He's by himself. It's not an issue. There he goes. Hey dude, you're awesome. Best friend. Man, you were good. What a great fight. Thanks for being there. And now we're going to do the drop off, which is right here. Boop, just a simple roll. We're going to kill this guy. Another backstab. Great fight. Thanks for being there. And we're going to kill the guy over here to the left. And I'm a liar. Turns out there is no enemy there. I don't know why I thought there was, but there isn't. And this is a mimic. This is the most important mimic. We're going to kill it. 3. And this gives us the crest key. Now this is necessary in order to fight Kalameet. So grab that crest key no matter what you do. And then we're just going to go straight through this path, turn to our left, and we're going to drop down. Now you can just do a full drop down. I like to come over here just because there is a twin humanity. And again, there's no reason to never not take some humanity. It's great to have. I mean, why wouldn't you want something that's a full heal and also can give you long-term advantage with how many Estus Flasks you end up with. So now we run over here, we're going to activate the elevator, and this will bring us right back up to the bonfire that we initially left at. There's the shortcut, and now here's the dangerous part. This area sucks. There are 3 small fighty enemies, and there are 2 mages. So what we want to do is we want to just trigger the first 2. Yeah, so here they come. Luckily we didn't trigger any of the mages, because if we did, they would be shooting magic at us right now, which is really annoying because we have to dodge it. We're going to kill these 2, then we're going to run and hide behind the monuments, so that will trigger the 3rd guy, and we're going to kill him, and then we're just going to pretty much suicide charge the mages and try our best there. See? Run and hide. Now, the mages generally just do, their orb attack, but they also have, an area of effect like Poison Mist, which really sucks. And go. Oh god, okay, that failed miserably, so we're going to run away. And we're going to heal up. And there. Nice, we got 1, then we got hit. It's fine. Play it safe. And now we're going to go for the next one. There. Easy. And so next up is we have an enemy that's going to come out of there. You can try to kill him if you want. He doesn't really give you anything worthwhile. He usually gives you just like an item, a crappy item, which I don't care about. So I'm just going to run around him. However, I don't want to sit and wait for the elevator right away. There is an enemy that is going to be on that elevator that you can kill if you want, but I'm just here to make sure that he comes and attacks me. Okay, good. And I'm going to try to get out of there. And I'm going to ride this down. There, thanks dude. Thanks for being helpful. If you want, you can kill that first enemy in that open area, just to be extra safe. Now I'm popping humanity because this is the bonfire that I want to fully kindle. Because if you're going to face Manus, who is the boss with the most health in the game, I'm pretty sure, you just want to make sure that you have as many healing items as possible. Now, this run that I'm going to show you is pretty much the run I always do. I mean, again, if this is your first time playing the game and you really want to scrape everything, there's a lot of story elements that you can end up missing, like saving Little Sif and all that. I'm not here for that because I've done it all before. This is just my regular, if I sit here, I'm like, you know what, I haven't played in a long time, I haven't played Dark Souls, I love this game. You know what, let's boot up a new character and just run through. This is what I do. So pretty much I'm going to just chill on the edge of the abyss. Follow the path to the right. There is an enemy that is behind you right below this. There is a crystal lizard there. Easy to kill, though if it gets too far ahead of you, you will run into enemies. There's an enemy to my right. He will start following you, but honestly, it's not a big deal. Now, what I need to be doing here is you keep bypassing it on your right, and then once you hit the wall, you want to go to the right, but then hug the left wall. Yeah, so you're just going to follow it this way, and oh god, that was my fault. I didn't hug the wall enough. If you hug the wall, chances are that mage right there will miss, and then if you keep hugging the wall, its tracking will force it to drop down, and then you can just one-shot it, because the mages are weak. So I kind of screwed up on hugging the wall, but it's not the biggest deal. It is a big deal later on, like later playthroughs, because if you're doing a run when you get hit with it, it counts as a counter damage, and it can one-shot you quite easily. But not a big deal here. So then we just keep running, we run over all the stuff, and we run straight to Manus. Really easy way to get past everything you'd have to deal with, and then just go fight Manus. So now we're at Manus. Some say they are hardest boss in the game. So the first thing that I want to talk about when we're fighting Manus here is positioning. I like staying mid-range. If you go too far back, it's going to punish you when he gets to start using magic, and if you're really close, he just does a lot of crazy attacks. So being in the mid-range, even when you're melee, is pretty much your best bet for when you want to deal with him. So that attack right there, you can't do anything with, but it's pretty easy to dodge. You just roll, obviously. He also has this attack right here, which is when he throws his arm onto the ground, and that's just always a free hit for you. He has a couple other ones which are free hits, like this jump here. That's a free hit. Just make sure you go back to where you were. That attack that you just did can sometimes be a free hit, but sometimes it's also a situation where he does his arm, then he uses his mace, and then he uses his arm again. I don't know if it's actually a mace or an axe, whatever it's called, I don't know. So I just prefer not to go for attacks on it, because it's just not as safe. Oh god, and then I got smacked, but again, not a huge deal. So I really like staying in the mid-range, because then once he does start using magic, it's pretty much your best bet for responding to it, even if you're really bad at recognizing what they are. There's only one that you really need to be okay, he's gonna rage out. This is also another free attack. You just stay far back, and then once he's done the jump, you can just charge in and get one hit on him without worry, pretty much. But when it comes to his magic, he has 3 attacks. And so here's the first one. That's the dangerous one. This one will one-shot you if you are not fast enough, which is why we're mid-range. You want to charge in at Manus. Just charge in on him and do whatever. Okay, I screwed up that one. That's when you just shoot stuff in front of you. Pretty much the only way to get, once you see it, the best way to get rid of it is you have to do 2 rolls, either left or right. Doesn't matter which direction, just roll one or the other and you're fine. Here's his 3rd attack, and he just shoots stuff on the ground. 3 rolls backwards, you're fine. Once it starts coming down, just do 3 rolls backwards, you're fine. And then always get back to that mid-range position, because if he jumps at you, free hit. If he throws his arm down, if you can dodge the arm, free hit. Even if you don't dodge the arm and it hits you, well, then you're still in a safe position to then wait, to then heal yourself. See, and then, again, that is the dangerous one. It will one-shot you. So you just need to make sure you're close enough to him that you can run in and be safe. There is an amulet you can get to save you from his dark magic, but it's really inconsistent, and I don't know the time to use it, and it's just easier to just not deal with it at all. So yeah, so we just sit here, chill with Manus, you know. Manus has fun, attacks us. Okay, that one there is a dangerous attack. Not because it's really difficult or anything. The problem with when he jumps up really high like that is just the fact that it ruins your if you're targeting him, which I spend a lot of my time targeting him. I turn it on and off when I fight him, but a lot of the time I have it on. It messes with it really bad. You see my camera go crazy whenever he does that jump high in the air, and I lose track of where I am. So if he does that attack and you're close to him, there's a really high likelihood that he's going to land on you and hit you because you don't know where you are. And it's really annoying, and I kind of wish that attack didn't exist, or at least it was done in a way that didn't mess with the camera so much, but I mean, that's one attack, and he doesn't even do it that often, so it's fine. So there we go, we dealt with Manus. So now we have to deal with Kalameet. So we have 4 bosses left, I guess, because I'm going to go back and do Capra and Gaping, even though they don't even count as bosses, or whatever. Well, I mean, okay, they do. They count as bosses. They just don't give you boss souls there. So here's the one thing we're going to do. When it comes to Kalameet, you have to go face Kalameet. You have to then run away from Kalameet, and then you can activate Gao, I don't care, however you pronounce it. I'm going to say Go. Get it? Say Go. But anyway, so that way he can then cripple Kalameet, and then you can fight Kalameet normally. Because I'm pretty sure you don't want to cheese him with arrows, which is harder than just fighting him normally anyway, because he just one-shots you with evil fire breath. So we run all the way down here. There's 3 dogs. You can either kill them or not. It doesn't really matter. If you want to avoid them and then drop down the waterfall, they'll pretty much just jump to their deaths anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Just make sure that you have a homeward bone. Now, the only thing that I really make sure of whenever I'm playing, and it happens normally, like in the normal way I play, and as long as you don't use up all of your humanities, it should be like that naturally for you, because the second item, or the second thing that you're really going to pick up is going to be humanity, is that I always make sure that I have humanity second on my bar,
and then generally it's Homeward Bones on the third, and then just random crap on the other. But yeah, I just make sure that I always have Homeward Bones, Humanity, and then of course Estus on there. So I'm picking up these items. If I'm fast enough, I can pick them all up and then Homeward Bone out. It's not a big deal. Just make sure you Homeward Bone out, and it's okay. I was too slow. Good for me. Good job, me. Honestly, it doesn't affect anything. It just saves me a Homeward Bone. What you want to do is once you first enter the arena, you don't even have to pick up any of the items. You can just pretty much enter the arena, and then you can Homeward Bone out, and that's enough to trigger the stuff with Go. So now, this is what the Kresge was for. We're going to turn to our right, we're going to run all the way up the staircase, and we're going to go into a locked tower, which we need the Kresge to open. Good old Kresge. Thank God you're there for us. Running. So, pretty much what you have to do is you have to go talk to him. He's like, "Hello, I'm Go, I'm blind, but I'm the best archer in the world. Haha." And you go, "That's awesome, dude. Now just let me buy those stupid things so I can yell hello to people," which I'm not going to do because I don't play online. I am online, to be fair, right now, but I mean, it doesn't matter. So then you just talk to him twice, and he's going to say, "Oh man, are you gonna fight the dragon?" And you're like, "Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm going to fight the dragon. Why wouldn't I fight the dragon?" Or walk away and talk to him. You say yes. Just say yes twice. He's like, "Is the dragon causing you trouble?" You're like, "Yeah." You say, does he say, "Oh man, are you still gonna fight it?" You say, "Yeah." And then he's like, "Okay." And then he shoots it for you, and you're like, "Sweet, now I can fight it." So now you can just run back to the arena, and there will be a fog wall there now, which is great. Another thing is I run past here and I pick up another, like, great hero soul or something. Not gonna use it, but they're nice to have. There it is, Soul of a Hero, great. Now, if you want, at this point, you can always kindle that previous bonfire to 20. Honestly, if you ever feel like you want to play the game again in New Game Plus or anything beyond that, before you go face Gwyn, just go use up the rest of your humanity and just kindle all the bonfires that you can find to 20. Because even when you go into New Game Plus, you aren't able to kindle to 20 until you go and get the rite of kindling. You have to get it every single time. So just save yourself some hassle if you really want to play again in other New Game Pluses, and just go kindle everything as much as you can, all the way to 20. But I mean, you don't have to, it's just a nice thing to do. So now we're going to face Kalameet. Now Kalameet's another one of those bosses where pretty much I'm only waiting for specific attacks that he's going to make in order to hit him. And I mean, that's how it works for all bosses. It's just find attacks that you're comfortable with and that you think give you enough opening in order to get a hit on him. And that's all we're going to do. For Kalameet, it's generally when he breathes fire at me. Oh, excuse me, sorry. So yeah, and look at, my souls are still there, great. Yeah, so we're just going to wait for Kalameet to breathe fire at us. That's a good one. Now, Kalameet's another boss where I pretty much always want to be targeted on him, just because it makes my life easier. So that's a bad one that we don't want to deal with, just because how can we get close when we literally breathe fire all around him? You can try to run around him, it doesn't last long. This is a good one right here. Lets you usually get like 2 or 3 hits on him. You just run up to his neck, and then just dodge. Pretty much the rest of the fight is, dodge the attacks that you don't like, and hit him on the attacks that you do like, which for me is breathing fire. I don't like his pecking one, so I'm just not going to deal with it. There he goes pecking again. He does do it twice. That's a fine one for running and getting it once. And if he goes up on his rear legs, that's pretty much your best bet if you want to break his tail. I have no desire to break his tail right now. I've done it before in my main. I don't really care about it here. But yeah, that's the attack your best bet for if you want to go and try to break his tail. But yeah, I'm just happy to sit and wait. Pretty much just a giant game of patience. The one issue that I have had to encounter, you just want to put that. The one issue have had with Kalameet on a consistent basis is he does a weird, when he walks towards me, instead of triggering an attack, he just kind of glitches and keeps walking at me.
until he's literally over top of me, and then he'll do a random attack that I can't really deal with. I don't know why it happens sometimes. Really peculiar. You saw it almost happen right at the very beginning when he just kept walking towards me at a bit of an angle, so because I never ended up right in front of him, he wasn't sure what attack to do, so he didn't do one. And that was pretty much the biggest threat he pretty much has. But yeah, see, there's fire. I could have run an attack, but I healed instead, because, I mean, I'd much rather stay at full health than, you know, get one hit in. Also, you want to make sure that you stay away from the walls. The worst thing that can happen is you being right near a wall, and then he does his fly into the air and pretty much lunge at you attack. Because if he does that, when he lands, he will still hit you. Yeah, that attack right there. If you're up against a wall when he does that attack, he just lands on you, and then you take the hit. Or he'll just kill you, and so then you cry. But yeah, as a boss, Kalameet is, people say he's the hardest, and yeah, he is hard, obviously. I mean, Dark Souls bosses being hard, but so long as you stay, you know, pretty far away from him and keep your distance, and just wait for the attacks that you know are relatively safe to hit him with, it's not that bad. And of course, so long as you're not fatty rolling. He's almost dead. Barely put up much of a fight. I mean, I would consider Manus harder just because Manus is much more likely to get, you know, a one-shot kill on me just with that one magic attack. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Dead. Dead forever. So there we go. We finished all the DLC. Good. Give me my Calamity Ring. Now, also behind the waterfall, I'm not going to go get it because I don't care about it for this character. But behind the waterfall, there's a chest, and it will give you another slab. I can't remember if it's just a regular slab or if it's an actual like white slab, blue slab, red slab. I can't remember. But yeah, so there's a free slab there if you need it. If you recall, we got a slab at the very beginning of the game, but I still don't think I really have any chunks. I don't think I picked up any chunks. Yeah. So now we're just going to go deal with Capra and Gaping, just so that I can say I've done all bosses, and you can pretty much go do all bosses. Though at this point, they're literally trivial. We are so over-leveled for them, it's not even funny, because again, we got the Master Key, so we avoided their areas, and didn't have to go through them. There is, of course, the skip to then get down to lower Undead Burg really easily. I'm not going to do it. I do it usually when I'm playing, just because I don't want to have to open up all the crap to get there. But for the purposes of this run, I'm not going to expect you guys to be able to do, you know, like a stupid jump, which it is. It's just a stupid jump to go over bound, like over top of a freaking wall or something. So we're not going to have to worry about it. We're going to do it the normal way that you would do it if you're playing normally, which is pretty much just run back the way we came. And you'll remember at the very beginning, right after I'd killed the Greatsword Black Knight, which got me this weapon that I'm now using. Okay, and I'm falling to my death. Ouch. Thank you. Pain. Luckily, they don't do much damage to me anymore. But you remember right after that, where you first faced the boar, which we didn't kill, and we ran up the stairs and jumped over that little bridge. When I rolled, I picked up the basement key. And I said we need it for later, and this is what we need it for. Because essentially it opens up the way to lower Undead Burg, and it lets us go to Capra Demon. So I've already bypassed the way that you do the jump to bypass all this and then just already be down there, like pretty much right in front of him. And I figure, you know, I'll activate the bonfire now. Why not? There's no harm in activating the bonfire. Worst case scenario, you know, if I get trapped by Capra and the dogs, I can spawn back here and it'll be fine. Not a big issue, especially because now, unlike before, I can teleport anywhere. So if I get to a bonfire, I can always teleport somewhere else. But you remember I did kick down this ladder when we first got to the dragon, and failed to get his tail. But we're gonna climb up here, and we're gonna run the reverse order. We're gonna run up here, and we're gonna go right back behind the little battlement area right here to wait for the fire to end, and then we're gonna run back the way we came, and pray we don't get hit. So we're just gonna straight run. even if the dragon does hit us with fire, we should be okay. We shouldn't take any damage from it. It should be fine. And we're just going to open this door with that key that we got, and we're in the lower Undead Burg. And we're going to go down the longest ladder known to man. We did it. Man, that was hard. And now we're going to go on the shortest stairway known to man. Or, sorry, the narrowest. Yeah. I was really lucky. Yeah, I was actually worried that the Black Knight Greatsword was going to bounce off the walls there. We're just going to kill the dogs. I mean, there's no reason not to kill the dogs. I mean, why would I want to run around with them there anyway? They're annoying, and I hate them. And now we're going to cheese all these guys in these houses. We're just going to run up and do that same strat, and it's going to kill them. Boop, boop. And we're going to go to the third. Oh, door opened, and we're going to hit him, and... Is there someone behind me? No? That was weird. Why did I get hit? What hit me? Something hit me? Oh, okay. Never mind. That was weird. In the words of GDQ, that's never happened before. Yeah, so we're gonna kill what? There's 2 more dogs here, and then there's like 2 more guys that are coming into houses, but they're already out here. Yes, come fight me. The only danger these guys pose is that they parry. And you'll know when they parry, because they do a weird animation where they hold their knife to the side. Like, I'm ready to parry you. You cry because they do parry you, you feel really bad. And I guess there were 3, but again, it doesn't matter. We're so overleveled for this area, it's not even funny. There will be another dog that's going to charge us. There he is. Hey dude, you're awesome. So, two reasons I don't like doing Capra Demon anymore. The first is, as I said, you don't get a boss soul, and the amount of souls that you get from him are negligible, they aren't helpful. The other reason is that I've had too many instances where I literally get trapped at the very beginning by the dogs and the Capra Demon, and then I just die and I feel really bad. So my entire goal is to just escape, run up here, wait for the dogs to show up. Hey dog. Oh, okay. Just smack me, whatever. Again, they don't do much damage to me right now, so it doesn't even matter too much. And then we're just going to kill the dogs, take our time, kill the dogs. And Capra Demon's kind of stuck below us, I don't know really why, and we're just going to drop down and hit him. Boop. And he's pretty much dead. And he's dead. Great, so now we can go into the depths, and that was pretty much not even a barely worthwhile fight. But we're doing all bosses, so it's fine. Now there's a guy directly to our left. Surprise! And this guy who was like, haha, look, we'll set an ambush and it'll be great. It was not great. He also died. Yeah, so we're just going to quickly run through the depths. We're not going to do anything important with it. We're not going to face Kirk, because I don't care. Again, not going to give us anything worthwhile anymore. And we're not here to scrape around. I'm just going to kill these 2 guys because they like to hit me when I'm not looking. Yeah, they try to sandwich you, but it's fine. And then I'm just going to jump. If you fail that jump, literally doesn't matter. It's not a skip. There's a stairway right beside it that you can just run down. And you know what? Screw it. I don't want to fight these guys. I'm going to go through this little portal here, and I'm going to drop attack this this rat. Boop. Oh. Okay, so drop attack failed. I feel bad. I'm glad I floated on his head and then just ran away. Or sorry, and then it drop attacked me onto the ground. Did not go. Whatever. It's fine. So when you get to this point, you want to hug the left. If you stay in the middle, you will just drop down and then you're in with a bunch of enemies. The only path through is to stay on your left. If you go to the right, there is a door there that you can open and it leads to a bonfire. We don't care about it. It doesn't matter. None of this stuff is a threat to us. If you're extra paranoid when it comes to Gaping Dragon, you can run all the way around that top area and make sure that you kill the Channeler, because the Channeler can will shoot magic at you and also can buff the Gaping Dragon, which can be annoying. But the Gaping Dragon is honestly a joke. You just wait till he lunges at you and then you pretty much get like 7 free hits on him. Come on, dude. Yep, just do it. No, don't do it. Don't do that. Just do it. Your lunge. Do a lunge. Come on. There he is. He's going to do a lunge. Just make sure that he stops before you attack him, because if he's still moving, even if he is up against the wall like that, and he touches you, he will hurt you. Like, it'll count as him walking you. So you just wait. You just smack him. La 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 la. And you can see that the mage is shooting magic at me this whole time. But again, we've overleveled so much at this point that it doesn't matter. Even if he hits us, it's not going to do any damage. Or the amount of damage it will do will be still negligible. It's just irrelevant. And as long as you keep moving, it's probably not going to hurt you. And I would just wait for Gaping Dragon to continue doing his, charges. And cut off his tail. Why not? Yeah, I just got hit there. You see how much damage that did? It did like next to nothing. The only reason I even bothered to heal was because I couldn't get any more hits on him because he lost his tail when it broke his animation. There he goes, charging again. Yeah, so our biggest risk right now is just while we're stationary hitting him, we're gonna get hit. But it's not an issue. It's not a big deal at all. Honestly, I have a higher likelihood chance of getting hit by his magic while I'm stopping to heal than I do actually while I'm fighting him. And anytime. Oh god, I'm almost trapped. Run. Good. Yeah, the only problem is if he gets trapped in one of these things where he's just walking after you because he really wants to use like a close range animation against you, then actually, change whatever attack he's queued up for lunge. Dude, just lunge. Oh my god, just lunge. Oh my god. So it pretty much ends up in a situation where you need to approach him to then try to trigger it. Yeah, so he really wanted to stomp there. Oh wow, good job, you stomped. What a freaking hero. What a gladiator. There we go. Now he's lunging again. Perfect. And this whole time I'm just by running, I'm avoiding his magic. Doesn't matter. It's not a threat. It might be a threat if you're doing it in normal progression of the game. Oh, see, he hadn't finished moving and I went too close and I got hit. That's fine. Okay. And yeah, I got hit. But it doesn't matter. Now I can just homeward bone out. Boop. And we've now killed all bosses except for the final. So, we're going to go back to Firelink. Oh yeah, gotta, of course, paranoia. Or my... Gotta always, gotta repair my stuff. Gotta make sure it's always at 100%. God forbid it breaks on me randomly at some point with 1 point of damage on it. Oh man. Gotta use those 3 souls to repair. But we're gonna go to Firelink, we're gonna drop down, and we're gonna give our souls to the Lord Vessel. Our Lord souls. You sorry fool. You could not be the chosen one.
Sorry.
Good. Give me back my... Wait, why did Lord Vessel only give me 10? Why did it only give me 10? Hello? Kindle it, I guess? I guess I have to kindle the Lord Vessel? That doesn't sound right. It only give me 10. And, yeah, I can't kindle it. And I've... Oh, okay, I get it. Once you've given all the Lord Souls to the Lord Vessel, then it probably just auto-sets to 20. That makes more sense. Let's ignore me being stupid, being like, oh man, let's kindle the Lord Vessel. No, that's not how that works. Okay, so normally when we get to this point, it's pretty much just run past them all, it doesn't really matter. Just a bunch of Black Knights. These ones do respawn though, so I mean, if you really need to overlevel for Gwyn, this is where you do it. The only reason I am killing them is because I want that Black Knight shield. If I don't get it, whatever, no harm, no foul. I'll upgrade another Black Knight sword. But this is pretty much my last opportunity to get a Black Knight shield. And again, it's just because of the way that I end up fighting Gwyn. I'm not confident on parrying him on his first attack. So what that means for me is that generally when I'm fighting him, I take the first attack that he puts on my shield, and then I parry his follow-up. That's just how I learn the parries, and I never really cared enough to bother to learn the, his first attack ones. And I mean, do whatever works for you. Why do I care how you decide to fight him? I mean, if you're doing a speed run, then yeah, I guess you literally need to learn how to parry on his first attack, or else you're losing, I don't know, 1 to 2 seconds every attack. But for just a regular playthrough, who cares? Just do whatever works. So yeah, so I'm just here because I want to, get the Black Knight Shield if I can. Oh, and I already messed up that parry. Yeah. Also, if you need to practice parrying, well, do it here. Why not? You can get good weapons. They have pretty much every Black Knight weapon here. You have your sword, you have the halberd. Oh, yes, there it is. There it is. I don't even care if it's not upgraded. Like, I could go back and upgrade it. I'm not going to. But yeah, pretty much now I have everything that I'd ever want. And, okay, I'm slow. Well, gotta sacrifice armor then. Yeah, don't have a choice. So, yeah, bow's not good enough. Of course, the bow weighs like nothing, so I would it. And, no, still. And, okay, we're fast again. Yeah, being fast rolls is what you need. And, I mean, as I said before, yeah, armor's great, but, I mean, if you can take it on your shield, then who cares if you have armor or not? It doesn't matter at all. So yeah, so we're just going to run past. There's the Great Axe, Black Knight Great Axe, and here's Black Knight Halberd. If you really, for some reason, want the Black Knight Halberd at this point, just farm that guy. Eventually he'll drop it. So just kill him, then just drop to your death and respawn at the shrine and come back. So most people will parry right there. I never learned how to do his jump parry, so I don't do it. I just roll through it, and then I wait till he's normal. See, first, oh, I failed. That's okay, I got it on the third. But it's fine. Just do whatever works for you. So you always have to make sure when you first face him that your shield is dropped, and then you lift up your shield right before he does his first attack, because if you're already holding your shield, chances are he's going to kick it and then smack you, or he'll try to do a grab. So you always need to make sure that your shield is down first. Now, I'm not a fan of that attack right there. I'm generally bad at parrying his poke. When he does the two-handed swings, there's two things he can do. He can do a full swing. He'll swing one way, then the other way, and then poke, or he'll do a swing and then a poke. And I'm not a fan of... Yeah, see, it's a lot easier. I'm personally better at parrying the second swing. But there it is. We have killed every boss. We finished it all. The game is over. And then you can choose your ending. And we're going to choose the dark ending, because the dark ending's better. Yeah, beckoning to you, the viewer, to come play this game, I guess. I mean, it's a great game. It's a fun game. But yeah, and then we're just going to do the ending. This will be the only cutscene that I even bother showing. But yeah, thanks for watching. I mean, I will try to put timestamps in the description for every section / boss, if that's where you're having trouble. Just so that, you know, everything will work out hunky-dory. And hopefully that'll help you with whatever you're having trouble with. Or if you just wanted to watch some guy go through a game in like 3.5 hours, well, that's good too. But yeah, good. I'll let this play. I'll let this play out. You're welcome. Have a good day.